We didn't do the song introduction.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's like an opener.
Alright.
Well, there's no point now. Now we're here.
Hey, there,
See, look. I did
it's back to us. Okay, there we go.
I did a little castle. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this, I guess.
We're so organized.
One thing every fucking stream.
Every stream. I am Will. I'm your Will for this evening, and we have a couple of other people here. Who you be?
Chelsea.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Ken. I am the main persons here.
Yeah, we're going to be kicking off where we left off last week for the most part. Currently with us, we have our friend Salis there.
Mm-hmm. Salisbury, who has had a bit of another upgrade since the last adventure.
Ooh. Oh yeah, did we get to level up?
Hmm?
I didn't do that.
If you know what you want, you could quickly figure it out.
Oh, I'm just gonna give a skill dot. So
Oh yeah, you can do that then.
Skill dot and death roll.
So
you got it.
We got Salisbury. His change to his character sheet is he is now a battle mage, which means that he doesn't need a free hand to do all the magic-y stuff. He can just do all of the magics, everything, and I can attack while, I can use a weapon to attack while also casting magic, which is
Pretty good.
Pretty dope.
Pretty good.
Vesta. I don't have as much to say. I upgraded my elemental a little bit, added a death roll.
All right.
Things are good in the Vesta world.
In the Vestaverse?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Leland, I don't know if he's gonna get. Don't know really what he's been working on. I guess crafting. He's been doing a lot of crafting. I completely forgot that leveling up was a thing until now, but man, he's hanging out. I was gonna give him a bit of politics. He's been out in the world. He's been seen a little bit more.
He's now professional political person.
Well, trained. He only has one dot right now, so yeah. Not because I'm a jealous bastard, but how many elemental dots do you have?
I have 3. But once per turn, I can imbue my weapon and do an extra 2d6 of elemental damage. So technically, if I attack you with a weapon, the same way you would attack me with a weapon,
right?
I do more damage.
I have +5 damage with force, which is
so that probably will even out.
You're a little higher than me.
But how big is your dick?
Well, do I have a? Now this.
You guys want to measure right now?
Now this brings up a good question because I'm a goat centaur. Do I have a goat dick in the back or a human dick coming out the front?
Probably in the back.
Probably in the back.
Probably in the back. You gotta go for the horse mount.
But if you have a whole torso, never mind. We don't need these mechanics answered right off the bat.
Yeah, we're okay.
We gotta leave something for the deep lore, for the expansion packs.
Yeah.
Christ. Just a picture of a scrotum on a book and be like, here you go, DLC.
If Go Men wore pants. Okay.
Yep. Let's do some openers. Let's do this. On this crag on the covered patio of a tavern, rain patters down. No other travelers are here right now. There's a clear line of sight towards the outer gates, and between the late morning's revelations and now, some information has been made available to you. Kree and his traveling partner are still inside the city. Hammerhold's dwarf roads are collapsed. They have been for a while now. The only way in and the only way out is through the main gate. You also have 1 hour before you have to leave this tavern, and then you'll be in line for 1 hour before the gate closes. If anything's been made clear by your recent travels, convictions, and evident skill set, it's that you're proper adventurers at this point, which means whatever mess is going on seems to have become your problem. Moreover, on an out-of-game note, training wheels are off. We're doing this.
Yay!
Yay! Vesta and I almost died in the first fight. Training wheels are off.
Yay!
Yay!
The stew arrives. The storm clouds gather. You cluster in. The inner half of the patio is dry through the rain. The outer half, however, gets drenched. Stew's hot. As you sit down and eat it, you watch your former seats get speckled and speckled with more and more rain until they become dark with water. Let's gather where it's dry for a moment and begin.
Alrighty then. So, Kree was lying to us, just straight up, absolutely lying to us about his name. It's a fake name. They have no record of him, and they have no record of whatever the hell his curse is.
Well, that doesn't mean he's a bad person, necessarily. Just because you could have a lot of reasons for lying about your identity.
What reason would you have for lying about your identity?
Well, I mean, I don't, because I'm a good person, but perhaps, you could...
Not to imply anything.
No, implying it. I'm just saying, there could be a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want people to know who you were. It's a dangerous world out there.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he has people looking for him.
Well, if it's a fake name, is it someone else's name? Does he have a real name?
His name is Kree. The name he gave us was Chrysalis, or Chrysalis, which means.
Oh my god! How did I? No! Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. That's some fuckery.
Yeah. So he's intentionally hiding it. It's not a fake identity. It's not. He's not. Trying to hide who he. Well, he is trying to hide who he is, but not in a good way. In a bad way.
So then, I guess, who is this dude?
Can we go talk to him? Can we go talk to him? Where is he?
Well, he's at the hospital. That's where we dropped him off.
Is he still there?
One would assume it would be the place to start looking.
Absolutely.
If not, we can just ask people around if they've seen a corpse.
Walking around.
Walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole reason we came out here was because we were trying to keep an eye on the gates, right? Too busy in there to keep an eye, but he can't have left the city at this point. We know he's in there. We just follow in right when the gates close, and then we've got an entire night where it's just us and him.
Let's do it.
And an entire city.
An entire city.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. We were hired to keep him safe, so...
Which we did. We
We
got
did.
paid for.
Yeah.
By the way, how much should we get paid? I haven't received my share of the money yet.
I didn't.
You guys would have had 5 silver each.
5
Yeah.
silver each? Okay.
Maybe I did have that.
I did that. I added mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. That's the plan.
All right. We'll go in, we'll talk to him, and he'll prove his innocence.
Yep,
Or
I'm sure
not.
that's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
And
You guys kill a bit of time, you finish off your stew, and then you head off into the rain that's starting to patter with a decent hammering. By the time you guys get in through the gate, you're drenched right through, but it closes behind you, and in your time waiting in line, you didn't see anybody that looked like Kree or his bodyguard making their way out. Doors close a little bit after you walk in. You watch behind you to see if there's anybody coming or going, and before too long, you're inside the dryness of Hammerhold. Here, the rain patters against metal on the distant upper hoarders, and there's the stone ahead that seems to be damping some of the rain itself. So all in all, here, there's just kind of an echoey hum.
Okie dokie then.
So,
Go
what,
find him?
do we go to the hospital, or?
Yeah.
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 We would definitely have to start looking in places.
In places, in the hospital.
Hospital, let's go.
Okay. You guys make your way towards the hospital. It is still open. It's open throughout most of the day. And so you guys walk through the door, and there's a couple of people walking around. There's a little waiting room of sorts, like a triage area. It doesn't seem to have that many people. You still have to wait behind 1 or 2 people waiting in line before you get to a nurse.
Hello. We're looking for our friend. We dropped him off.
Right,
Earlier.
do you want to go down the hall and then to the left?
Then all to the left. Got it.
I'm already bounding down the hall.
Okay, you make your way down the hall. Here, you sort of have to walk past a couple of different, what's the word I'm looking for? They use canvas to curtain off some of the different areas. You hear the sound of some moaning on the other side every now and again, and the sights of people leaving, coming and going with, blood-soaked bandages and a number of different tools, themselves covered in blood as well. On occasion, there's sheets that are brought out with some sort of form underneath them. For the most part, though, people are coming out just unconscious or unwell. You reach the end of the hallway, and it turns left and right. It seems that there's a number of doors going up and down the hall, alternating.
Left?
Yeah, she said left.
Turn left.
I'm turning left.
All right. You see a bunch of hallway. You see a bunch of doors. They go boop, 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 like that.
I take the first one to the left.
All right. You reach the door and open it. You see a broom.
Just the broom?
The broom. No.
Like, you see an entire broom closet, but the thing that happens to be there and immediately ready to greet you is the broom. Everything else is all neatly on the shelf. The broom is like
Time
the
for me
chief
to get
occupant.
my improvised weapon.
I
A broom.
close the door and turn 180 degrees and then open that door.
Okay, you see a wall and then move slightly because they're staggered and open that door. Inside, you see someone taking notes. Oh, they're speaking Lore, which you guys happen to speak.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hi, come in. How can I help you?
We're looking for a man named Cree.
Cree, yes. Do you have a last name?
Salus?
Okay, do you know how those are spelled?
No.
Kree.
Okay, Cree.
And I'm not sure on his last name.
When would he have come in?
Like, was it yesterday? Or was it
No, it was earlier today.
earlier today.
Okay, earlier to...
It looks like a corpse with bandages all around him.
Yeah.
Had a dwarf friend with a treasure chest.
No?
This is news to me.
No, we don't have anybody who actually checked in with that name.
Do you know what name he did check in with?
You said someone covered with bandages.
Head to toe.
Head to toe. Like, did they come in on a stretcher? Were they walking around?
Oh, they were hobbling. Their leg seemed weirdly injured, but
Domesticus, Volpe,
Human?
mummy.
wearing green?
Green? Do we know?
'Cause there was someone who looked like that who came in to use our privy. He had a friend with him who waited for a little while. A few minutes later, they just left.
I'd be willing to bet that's him.
I mean, he seemed pretty insistent on getting to the hospital. I don't know why you would just leave.
To meet that guy. And to get us off his body.
They went into the hospital. I don't know why they would then leave, but
After we left.
if you want to go on a wild goose chase, I guess we can.
Did he say anything?
Not that I know of. I mean, asked if he could use the privy and then left.
Could I use the privy?
Sure. You want to go, from here you want to take a turn, and then it's 4 doors.
Okay, I go.
You go. You're in a hallway. There's left and right.
Did he
Do
say
a
it was
turn
right?
and then
4 doors.
yes.
And I open it.
You turn right. You see a door on this side. There's the hallway you came in. There's the other hallway you came in. Door, 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 door.
I turn around and ask him, can you show me where it is?
She stands up and walks you down. You walk past the 2, entrances to the hallway, past that first door that was opposite that you entered, that was a broom closet. On the other side, you pass 1, 2, open door.
Okay. I thank her. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
If you need any assistance, let me know. She's gone.
Okay, I go in there. And I do a search.
Okay, you're inside of a privy. This isn't an actual, city proper, so they don't necessarily have, chamber pots, but they have cesspits that they've dug, so it's actually just, a row with a bunch of, seats with holes in them. They're separated off with, little walls and, curtains to block them off, give, a semblance of privacy. There's a number of tubs, but it seems like here they're piled up for, filling. They're not actually here to be washed. Or to wash it, rather.
I don't know what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing in here either.
I got nothing.
is there only lead? I don't know. Do you think he just came in here and hung out for a couple of minutes and then left after we left?
I think he came in here, tried to drink someone's life, and then left.
Well, does anybody have anything of his?
Do I have any excess skin from his leg? No. Wouldn't really have anything of his.
We have the money we were paid with.
Which would go to the friend.
And then we go to the
Wait.
We have the box that he was in.
Do we bring that with us?
I probably would have.
Yeah, you've still got that box.
I would have brought the box and the note because, like, that note was just fucking weird.
Then we have his blood.
No, we had the blood of the other dude. Wasn't it?
There's a couple of different bloods on the box.
That was a lot of blood.
No, there was only the one inside.
Wasn't it one of the hunters? Or was it his?
It was his.
Oh, okay. Well.
Alright.
Let's find out where he is.
Okay, you guys leave the hospital and go down a side alley. You take out, who's crying?
I'm scrying.
How you doing it?
Okay, so I have
Licks the blood.
lick the blood.
Give it a good lick.
I don't have any scrying equipment on me. I have a knife that I have polished. It is real shiny.
Okay, you have a very shiny knife. How you magicking?
Okay.
Magic knife.
Sweet. Yeah, well, because I have a shiny knife. I don't have any candles on me. We do have a torch.
You could always douse.
Douse.
Yeah, the knife becomes a compass. Until it stabs someone.
I'll do that then. I'll hold the knife kind of as like a kind of with my telekinesis magic, and just kind of focus real hard on it, and see if I can get it to point. I'll have the box beneath the knife, and I'll be holding it.
Put the knife in the box.
I'm gonna put the knife in the box, but I could, I guess. Listen. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. I've done this before.
All right.
Don't you worry about it.
You mutter some rites, putting a small elemental sigil inside of the box. You carve it inside so that it's on the up top, and it's holding the knife above the bloody patch at the bottom. Here you close the box, and you feel it sort of shift slightly. When you open it, it's pointing a direction.
Which
Okay,
direction?
that's the direction we need to go. And I
From
look up.
here, the way you came from the alley is kind of like that a ways.
It's not towards the hospital?
No, it seems to be like past the market district, sort of to like the ritzier part of town.
Well, that sounds about right, really. Probably living it up at some brothel.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like our friend.
Go that way.
What did you really know about Kree?
Knew that he was dying, that he was cursed.
And what out of that says, nah, this man's not going to a brothel?
What's he gonna do at a brothel? He barely has arms.
He can lay there.
Yeah.
Men are able to starfish too.
I guess.
Okay, I think what we should do is like the Minecraft Ender Eye situation.
Just,
You know?
just
So
walk
we
a little
have-
bit, check again, walk a little bit, check
Yeah,
again.
well, what I usually do is I like get a direction and then go in that direction for a decent amount, and then check it again and see if it's turning the opposite way. Then I know I don't too far.
I also like the idea that Leland just throws a knife in the direction and then it eventually comes down.
Yeah.
Just nondescript on who it hits.
Going that way.
Well, Leland's picking up the box, and I'm walking. I'm following the knife.
Yeah.
All right. You've got the box, and periodically you open it up to double check the direction you go. You head out of the alleyway, you take a left, you go off a decent ways before you take a right down the main market street. Here, because it's a proper city, the town is still lively inside of the walls. There's lanterns out, there's people still hawking things and selling them. You might even be able to buy things if you need them. From here, now that you've moved a bit, it seems to point a little bit more towards, like, the university, maybe?
Let's keep going.
Yep.
Maybe there's a medical specialist at the university. It is a pretty unique case.
Looks at Banner. Okay, you guys leave the market district and wander off for a little bit. From here, the main road, there's actually a turn off if you want to stay on this level. From here, you can see the box itself is levitating upwards a little bit, and so you follow it up, like the main large flat cartways that corkscrew around the town. You're up one level. Now you're properly in the noble district. Here, there's a lot of guards, and people seem to be eyeing your presence a little bit.
I give them a reassuring wave.
I act like I belong. Like,
I just don't give a shit.
I act like I belong. Like, man, I deserve to be here.
From here, it seems like it's pointing back towards the market district, but like on this level.
Okay. Is there anything in the market district on this level?
The market district isn't usually on this level. Not as far as any signs you've seen. It's not like you guys have been to Hammerhold before.
Let's keep following it. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way across a couple of streets, just trying to follow this directionally. However, you eventually find that you're at a street where there's a couple of gates that section off some areas. You're at a dead end here, and it's still pointing sort of past them.
How tall are the gates? Are these like just kind of structurally in the city, or is it clearly like stay out of this area?
Because there's still another tier above this, the gates actually do go like floor to ceiling. However, these ones are, like, while they are security to a degree, they are more ornamental than security.
try to open it.
You sort of, like, give it a rattle. There's a guard, but not a guard. They're not wearing colors. They're a guard, but they're not wearing, like, the town's colors. Yeah? Who are you looking for?
We're looking for a friend of ours.
He looks like a corpse. He's in green.
Government manages.
I convince.
Go for it. Do some rolls. Roll some dice.
Hey, what are your perfectly balanced dice
I
roll
need-
combinations here? 1 is a d6. 2 is 2d6.
D4, D8. And then D4, D6, D8. D4, D8, D12.
18.
18.
Or is he
Let
just-
me think. He seems to, like, actually be trying to help you at this point. You're saying a green guy, bandages, a whole bunch of them?
He was... Last time we saw him, he was with a friend of his who was a dwarf.
Yes.
He was a dwarf.
There was a human.
Yeah.
Didn't have any, like, bandages or anything. Seemed fine. Like, redhead, mustache, wore green. He was walking with, like, a dwarf dude, like, dark skin, had dreads.
Yeah.
Like, wore kind of, like, merc gear. He had, like, a sword and a buckler.
It sounds like him.
I wouldn't know. I never saw the guy. Don't point at me.
Do
I
you know
never
if he
saw
had a
him.
limp? Like,
He had a cane, but it didn't look like he needed it that much.
I think that was probably him, for sure.
Yeah, they came actually to deliver a small box, but that's not something I
How big was the
Yeah.
box?
Did
Did it seem heavy?
was like this big. I didn't pick it up, but the way that the guy held it, it seemed like maybe it's just gold bars or something.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Okay.
I think they said something about going to the rotunda.
What would that be?
Where is that? Do I know where that is?
You would actually have no idea. Oh, it's a tavern right in the middle of town on this layer.
Okay. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Where is that? How would I get there from here?
Right, you can't get here from here. You want to go down, and then you actually want to go around, and then take a left, and then go halfway down before you get to the entrance proper.
Okay, thank you. I turn around and follow his instructions.
Okay. You walk outside
dicey,
of this
come
little gated section and head back down the main road here. There's a number of merchants and nobles who are talking. You see that there's a number of them who are like out walking in their gardens, things like that, on the other end of their own gates and such. There's like carriages and stuff, but you notice that for the most part there's no like curtains drawn. People are enjoying the air as it sort of like rushes through. You don't see any of the people described in any carriages as you pass, and after turning and turning again, you find yourself in a tavern called the Rotunda. It's big, like it goes around like that.
Check
rotund.
the knife.
Oh yeah, I'm checking the knife.
In.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
You actually feel the magic sputtering, like it's getting too close.
I'm gonna take the enchantment off the knife so they're not walking in with a suspicious rattling box.
Yeah. Okay,
All
let's
right.
go.
Just goes right into his head.
Oh god.
There he is.
Found him.
Now, to be fair, if there was one person to take a knife to the head and survive,
Could be him.
It would be him.
it would be him.
I mean, he grew back from like a skull, like just the head, not even like a full head.
Yeah, and now apparently he's a dad from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's very exotic.
Well, Hawaiian shirt.
You guys walk into this tavern and you see that they do
where my
have
mind
similarly, like, this tavern has, like, other, like, non-city color guards stationed around. They are, however, wearing the colors that you see, like, the rest of the building is painted in. This is a tavern that encircles a mezzanine, and as you look down, you see the market district below.
Cool.
Alright then.
Actually, you look and you see eyes looking at you. The pair described earlier notice you walk in.
I walk right up to them, like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
I follow very close behind.
I'm coming in too.
Oh, well, feeling much better after that last appointment. It was all I really needed to get back up and about.
Awesome, man.
That's
You're
good,
looking
man. Great.
much better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good without having too much stress on the road.
Yeah.
So my friend here is suspicious about your name.
Yes.
I went to the
Tell him.
academy to try to get, or the mage tower, to try and get any information that they might have on a magical curse. And, you know, they pointed out some irregularity in your name of Chrysalis.
No, obviously, he's just having an overactive imagination. You know, he's living on the streets. It's probably very suspicious, you know. So if you could just clear that up for us, you know, that'd be great.
I mean, it's just a coincidence. Just like,
See?
what are you, like, Salisbury? Isn't that a village off the side of Cragholm?
I thought it was a
I
kind
wouldn't know, never been.
I thought it was a kind of snake.
Either way, I went to that curse was checked up on back in Raven's Rook. That's where they'd have the documentation.
See? Nothing to worry about. This man's on the level.
So, notice that you recovered real fast. What'd they use to treat you?
Oh, it was Dr. Wing, making sure that the bandages hadn't fused to the skin or anything, making sure that the slow recovery finished. Underneath the bandages, I know I was atrophied, but that's something that comes with exercise and time. After all, and he raises his arms, I'm still somewhat thin, as I'm sure you can tell. Underneath, my skin was coming along.
Cool.
See? Nothing suspicious here. He's just a nice man who paid us. I don't know why you insist on doing this.
I'm
So
just.
what are we here to talk to him about anyway? Like,
He wanted to come in here and
Because
discredit his good name.
He is suspicious as fuck.
he's really suspicious.
You're
what are we
just
asking him?
jealous.
Tap, tap, tap. You get a tap on the shoulder.
Sorry? Hello?
You see one of the guards. They're not, like, aggressive or anything, just... I'm sorry. We're glad to bring over some more tables if you'd like to sit, but I'm afraid we would have to ask you to order if you would like to stay much longer.
No, I think we're just about done here. Thank you.
Actually, that'd be great. Could you bring
I'm
over some
glaring.
tables and
I'm
some
counter
drinks? That'd be
glaring.
awesome.
Of course,
We're
we'll bring
just
you a menu.
glaring at each other.
And Vesta's like...
Vesta's doing her own thing, and we're just like, fucking.
So what are your plans now?
Now, well, very much the same. Continue on to New Farm Market.
Very, very cool. I turn to the dwarfborn, and I'm like, what about you? What are you doing? Are you also going to New Farm Market?
Well, yeah, as it happens, I was going the same way, and we're just teaming up on the road. The tables are broad, some chairs along with them. Like it's a fleet of servers who do it in one fell swoop. There's a whoosh, a tablecloth, some settings, and then, last but not least, a menu that's placed in the middle of the table.
Awesome. I pick it up. Is there, what's on the menu?
It looks like there's a number of different things. There's a drink section, there's like hot food, cold food, there's desserts, appetizers, aperitifs.
I still have like 5 days left, so I'm just gonna order the cheapest thing on the menu.
I'm gonna, assuming they brought me a chair, I'm gonna move the chair aside and kind of like crouch down
Yeah.
to be at the table, because like I don't know what I'm gonna do on the chair.
I'm gonna order a drink.
Yeah, like literally
Okay.
the cheapest drink they have on the menu for me.
It looks like they have a number of different meads. There's like a peach mead, a blueberry mead, a wild honey, a sunflower honey mead. There's a number of different wines, and oh god, these are on the gold scale. These are not cheap.
Okay. Are they all, like, everything on the menu really expensive?
Now that you look at it, oh yeah. Like, they have a stew. The stew itself is like 4 silver.
Ooh.
Cheapest drink on the menu.
That is a... Judging by the look of it, they have a house ale that's probably about 1 silver for a pint of it.
Okay.
I'll turn to the server and order that too.
I'll
Alright.
do the same.
Down a silver.
Okay.
Before long, the drinks come.
So what are we trying to, what information are we trying to get here?
I take a sip. How good is it?
It's definitely nice, but not worth the money.
So I don't heal a silver's worth.
You do heal a silver's worth, but like...
Is that 10 or that's 10,
Yeah.
eh? Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be from ready. I still need to.
Plus...
A nice shot of I told you so ale.
Total of 36.
Cool. That brings me all the way up to ready.
Nice.
I'm sorry if this is about the contract. It was the plan to keep with you. After all, you're reliable guards, but I came across an old friend and might as well travel together.
No, I completely understand.
Got a company after all. We should be more than all right on the road.
Listen, I trust you. It's
What do
him.
I want to ask him?
Yeah, what do you want to ask him?
Why there's no goddamn information on this goddamn curse?
It's a curse. It's not
So-
a medical condition.
Yes, it kind of is. Why would a mage tower not have any information on it?
Do they guarantee every single curse? We have the book on it.
No, but they should.
No, they don't. You're being unreasonable.
He's lived as long as he have. He should have some information on it.
You don't even know how long that is.
A long ass time, by the sounds of it. He's got a lot of old friends.
So, just because you don't have any doesn't mean other people don't.
Oh!
Man.
That's a deep cut. That's a
Rude.
deep cut.
Always doing
savage
this.
with this.
You're always doing this. Anytime you get something good, you throw it away. Just, I don't understand.
I thought I'm just gonna I'm just not even gonna look at Leland for the rest of the night. I'm just not acknowledging his existence for the rest of the fucking night. He's dead to me for the rest of this night.
So
I'm taking a sip
just-
of my ale.
Can I do a convince and just like straight up ask him about the curse?
Yeah? What do you want to know about the curse?
What is it? Where did it come from? Like, how did he get it? How long has he been alive? Like, oh gosh, that was a really bad roll. 12.
Yeah. Well, he's not buying it. You figure you could bluster, but you're gonna have to buff that up to a 20.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, you take 8 stamina.
Okay.
So you sweat a little bit, but through your teeth you manage to diplomatically ask about it.
Leland and I are not helping in this situation.
No, you're not.
We're staring daggers at each other.
I'm not looking at you. I'm not acknowledging your existence.
Oh, I'm staring at you.
I'm just not even looking at you.
Okay.
Well, some friends and I, a long time ago, we happened to be ruin delvers, adventurers together. And we came across a ruin that hadn't been plundered in the years. I mean, all of them, there's something left somewhere, but usually I'm not sure how long you've been adventurers, if you've done any ruin delving, but, usually they're picked clean. This one had properly all sorts of jewels and that sort of thing. And unfortunately, we found weapons and decided to take them without having them checked over by wizards. As it seems, other things, food is unsatisfying, sleep helps little, but... Well, it seems otherwise. After anything bad happens, I continue to age as normal. After all, last time I saw my face, I was a much younger man. This happened, he turns to his companion. What was it? It was, I think, 46 years ago? Yes, I believe that's about right.
I turned to his companion. Do you have the same curse?
Oh yeah, I was on that delve.
How many of you have that curse?
Altogether, there was a ritual, but they only managed to get 2 components. There were 7 of us, 2 of them lost it. There's 5, I believe.
And do you know if all 5 of you are still around? Do you know
Well,
if it's...
that's why we're going to New Farm Market. Bit of a reunion. Maybe somewhere in that temple there's something to break the curse. Something we missed the first time.
Do you know if it's possible for you to die?
I mean, presumably. Age.
Interesting.
I must apologize. I am actually meeting someone at this establishment.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get going. No, don't worry.
Down my pint, slamming on the table, I'm out.
Yeah.
I down my pen and slam it a little bit louder.
There's some looks.
I very nicely thank them for their time. Happy to see you. Drink my drink and leave.
Yep. On your way out, you notice that there's a portly human who enters. He's got greasy black hair on sort of a wide brim red hat, a big long black beard, and he seems to be wearing almost a red robe of sorts. Not a wizard's robe, more of an ostentatious comfort robe. Oh, excuse me. Sort of nudges past you, and he seems to go to this so-called Kree's table. By the time you turn around, you see the servers have taken away the other table and the extra chairs, and they've left behind only the one. Like you were never there.
Man, they're watching us,
Inefficient.
waiting for us to leave.
Vesta, we're going to New Farm Market. Elbjorn, you in?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, why not, I guess.
I say we go and try and find some caravan or ship that is heading to New Farm Market.
Well, he did say that there was information in Raven Rock about it, right?
Well,
He did.
hold on. The market might be open. They might have a map seller. We might not get a full look at them, but we could cross-reference them or something.
Okay, let's do that.
I travel very, very quick as my snakiness can get.
Yep, there's a few. You guys finally spot the first of them. They're not secret passages, but they're more citizens know about them, upward staircases that avoid you having to take the big long one around the edge of town. Quickly enough, you get down to the market district. For the most part, now the shops are closing, but there's a few sellers who cater to more niche interests. There's jewelers who are out peddling their wares. There's fine clothes, and as it happens, near the sort of adventurers corner of the market where they've got weapons and stuff, there's a cartographer. Looking at the map, they're able to point out, or rather, cross-referencing while other people are buying maps. You guys are able to point out a location. Are you able to go to the world map?
Yes, I should be able to. Well, for the northeast quadrant. That's what I have set up. I don't have the actual other thing set up.
Well.
Do you need like the proper? Oh, because Ravenrook is towards the
It's way over there.
southwest, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have like the super low res version? I think it's just world.png.
Might just be world.png.
Yep,
Yeah,
there it is.
Okay, world.png.
You guys are here.
Oh god, I just shrunk the thing.
Oh no! Technical difficulties.
Alright,
So, yeah, you guys are basically like over in there.
Mm-hmm.
here we go.
New Farm Market is here.
Oh, right.
Ravensrook is there, at the very tip there where it's green.
So we could take a boat to Ravensrook, get some information, and then boat down.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
You're just gonna turn. Do you have a better idea? Any plans? Suddenly just getting the urge to, go out and have a day of it?
We did what we set out to do. We figured out who he is. We got him to where he needed to be.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
now,
why you feel the need
and
to
now we
press the
need a
issue.
second job. You know how we survive? Money! Money!
Okay. We still have time before the pass freeze is over. We can have a month or two on the town.
Didn't your parents want you to pick up the shipment from New Farm Market anyway?
Oh yeah, we were supposed to do that. Yeah.
Well, look,
Disappointing
I say we go
family,
get
huh?
a job,
Takes
take
one to know one.
a boat to Ravensrook, and then, make some money doing that, find out some information in Ravensrook, because he did say that there would be information in Ravensrook about it, and then go down to the farm.
Agreed.
Thoughts?
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, assuming we get information. I mean, Ravensrook, it's easily human land. It's always been close to tall trees, so they accept some beast folk, but, it's not that long since that war a while back. I'm not sure they'll be super amenable to non-human presence.
True. But we're also looking for a man who is a corpse, so...
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, no, we just got a stash. Hanging out with another dude with a stash.
I think they killed somebody and drank their blood.
I second that.
That's not how mustaches work.
That's also not how limb regrowth works, but
But, like-
somehow...
Hey, limb regrowth hasn't been a thing since 1.0.
Meta humor.
They don't come back anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
He clearly killed somebody.
He clearly killed somebody.
Where are you getting that? Where do you get he killed somebody? He went to a
killed-
hospital,
Yeah.
and now he's better.
So, okay, here's the
To which they had no information about his goddamn curse. How are they supposed to cure him when there's no information on it?
let me put
Did
this
you
out
ask
for you.
the doctors?
Okay, so let me explain this to you a little bit. Okay, we go to the we go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital.
Doctor says he came here, used the bathroom, and then left. They didn't do any treatments. Cree was lying because he said that like they did some bandage stuff when they didn't.
They didn't do anything.
He went in and used the bathroom.
It's also private medical information. You can't just disclose that to any Tom, Nook, or Sally who walks
but
in.
they wouldn't have lied to us saying that he only went to the bathroom. They would have said, like, yeah, we treated him.
I don't know, a guy walks in with a unkept scales and a chain. They probably don't want to make trouble.
Hey, I clean these scales every day. Every day. I
Anyway.
grew up in a house full of canis, alright? They groom so much. And I had to follow suit on that.
People don't heal that quickly. It doesn't, like, we've been around this guy for, like, weeks now. He's never healed that quickly. And he was literally telling us the other day that he will take life from a willing victim to heal.
Willing person.
Willing
He did not
person.
use the word thing.
Victim. I want to use the word victim. So, I think what happened...
Let's, for the sake of argument, say that he was lying about the willingness part.
Yeah.
What? This shady dude who wasn't telling us his real name? Lying? Ridiculous.
I mean,
Thank you, Albion.
He's clearly lied about a couple of things at this point.
Who hasn't?
Well... Okay, well, what are we gonna do now then? So we find... Do we try to, like, follow the guy the whole way? Do we try
We're
to
not
just...
going to follow the guy the whole way. Look,
So then we try to beat him there?
why would we're going to go to Raven's Rook. We'll see if they have any information, and then we'll go pick up that steel shipment, and then we'll go back home.
Yeah, but, like...
Albion,
You can't just-
Albion.
Yeah, but we can't just magic box from across a continent. I don't know magic, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that far.
Magic box. What?
Once we lose this guy, we lost him.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know, what do you think? Hey, Vista?
I think... I don't know. Because following... It's going to take months to get down there if we follow him. I'm assuming that they're probably going to go on foot.
If you want to stay close to him, just ask to travel with him.
They already said they have a party. They don't need protection. That's
Well,
why
we're not-
we're
well,
no
we're-
longer
we-
doing this.
We have steel to go pick up. We can just say, hey, you have protection. Why don't we join forces? And we can all go together.
Yes,
If you're
let's
so hell-bent on not letting him leave your sight.
go together with a band of bloodsuckers.
Is that worse than following closely behind a band of bloodsuckers?
Yes!
You guys
Direct
hear a-
proximity to bloodsuckers!
You guys hear a tweet. There's a bird inside. It's flying around the marketplace.
I glare at the bird.
I also glare at the bird.
The bird, like, sits up in the rafters and just kind of, like, looks at you guys as you glare at it.
My hand
Was it-
twitches
is it-
towards the chain.
Is it the same kind of bird that we saw back in the village?
Remind me,
Chickadee.
Was it a chickadee?
It was a chickadee.
when did it happen? Like, what was the...
He was
It was
in the
for
hospital.
finding the hunters.
Yeah, finding the
Yeah.
hunters.
Or finding the hunters. The chickadee
Yeah.
led us there.
Well, led us to Kree, who then told us about the hunters.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the bird was on the window.
Chicka-dee-dee-dee.
Ah,
Yep.
well, motherfucker.
I get suspicious of this bird.
There you are. Congratulations, you are suspicious.
You are suspicious of bird.
I'm on to you, bird, with your wings and hollow bones. What secrets are you hiding in them bones?
My hand is twitching by my chain.
I say... Well, where are we right now? Like, our physical location.
Physical location, Hammerhold in the markets.
We're in the
Yeah.
markets?
By now, it seems like the markets are actually properly closing.
Let's go find an inn and continue our conversation in a more private area.
You mean argument.
And continue our very civil conversation in a more private area.
You mean Leland being an ass.
Hey.
You're also being an ass!
Hey! Go!
Well, which of our
Oh,
many...
right, you're an ass when you're pulling the cart. My bad.
Which of our many city folk nightlife destinations would we like to hit up? Would we like to hit that tavern where you look like you're going to be stabbed? Or that one where you look like you're going to be stabbed? Or go back upstairs where there's people drinking, I guess? And looking at peasants from the market district?
So... I don't want... we don't have a lot of money. I don't think we should go to the super nice one. Let's just go to, like some mediocre inn, you know?
I point to the second one that he says that we're gonna get stabbed at.
You look down the side of the road, it's called Mariners, which is weird because there's not really water around here. You look around and there's like 6 dudes who are all just kind of standing and like talking, but in that way where they're facing you and they're clearly having a conversation with each other but not looking at you.
Alright, maybe not that one.
this is a big town? Like, there's got to be like a. We're in the nicer area of town, aren't we?
Yeah, you're in the market district now, back on the first floor.
What about the other one? The other inn?
You look back, and that one, I mean, it's got 5 dudes.
You know?
I mean, like, didn't we pass, like, a Wagoners or something? We have to have.
Yeah, the cart is back at the Wagoners. Like,
Oh,
there's
right,
a
yeah,
Wagoners
let's
in that we
just...
put the cart at, I don't know.
Okay, let's go over to that one.
Yeah.
Head down, let's go. Friendos.
Alright, you guys wander back to the Wagoners.
Amicable people.
Arr, pirates! Let's go plug our pie holes!
You make your way in, and it seems like you're getting there right as a lot of, like, the long-haul adventurers are. You're settling in, and by now it's quiet. There's a few people carousing, but it's that kind of quiet drinking off in a corner, but they know not to be too loud. They're still serving drinks, but the lights are dim, and the tavern isn't really bustling at this point.
So what's the plan? Do we want to ask him to go with him? Do we want to follow? Or do we want to forge our own path, go to Ravensrook, and then go down whenever we are done there?
Well, I guess that's up to Salas, whether or not he's satisfied with the lack of information here, or if he wants to try his luck at Ravenrock.
I'm just gonna continue to glare and then just go, you know what? Yeah, my vote's Ravenrook.
Okay.
Because I'm also thinking that, like, we might not get a lot of information at Ravensrook, right? Because, like, you know, it seems like... I don't know why he would... Actually, he's lied about everything so far.
It probably doesn't even have anything at Ravensrook. Is there a rookery anywhere near us?
Yeah. There's a big central rookery here in Hammerhold.
Well, there's the thing that we should do. Send a message to rookery, like from the rookery to Ravensrook, which is another rookery, for any information.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, it's probably closed now.
Well, we can go in the morning
Go in the
and
morning.
before we set off. Now, where are we setting off to? Are we traveling to New Farm Market by sea or by land?
Are we going with them, or follow them, or not follow them?
I'm dead set. I think we gotta follow him.
I'm with Elbjorn.
Listen, I'll do whatever you guys do, because all of these ideas are batshit.
Well, you haven't come up with any yourself there,
Yeah,
sir.
my idea... Forget about this man living his cursed life. We get the steal, and we go back home.
We're traveling in the same direction, so why not consider his cursed life?
Why don't we just sit on this? We'll sit on the information we have, try and get up super fucking early before the gates open, and get our shit together.
Deal.
Let's do
Deal.
it.
Alright, night comes.
Is it sort of like a big one-room situation?
It's a Wagoners, so kind of, it's almost like they just set aside a place for you to camp.
Okay.
I set up my tent.
Now, how good are people at not metagaming? Because I want to try and steal your chain. How difficult would you make that for somebody? Like, do you sleep
Maximum.
holding it? Do you sleep holding it?
It's nearby me all the time. Like, I sleep in a coil. It could easily be in the center of said coil. Coiled!
That's why I'm asking. Where do you keep your chain on you?
Like, on me right now, it's on my hip. Probably, like, right next to me. You're welcome to try and steal it.
Okay, is there a way to use a ritual magic to make him sleep real heavy?
Roll.
Okay, this could go real bad.
Would I notice this? That him trying to do a ritual?
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Would I notice him trying to do a ritual?
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
Well, I'm waiting for them to go to bed. I'm not doing it right now. I'm waiting for everyone to all sleep.
like, once we're asleep, would we wake up at him trying to do a ritual?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because that was a 16.
Alright, do you have anything to fight back against that?
3 magical. I'm mostly physical on this one. 3 elementals on that. I don't have much else to fight back on that.
Yeah, you don't notice then. You're just
Other
sort
than
of
the,
like...
other than the fact that I'm not tired, I'm ready. I am super ready.
I'm
Well,
also
like, you
super
still
ready.
need sleep.
I still need sleep, but I could be paranoid about sleep.
Okay. So he's fast asleep enough that I can carefully remove the chain, and I'm spending the rest of the night enchanting it.
That you think you can remove it. Do I feel him grabbing my chain?
Roll opposed delicate. You are asleep, so you have a -10.
Ooh, now this is interesting. This is gonna be real bad.
And most importantly, you mentioned something about it being coiled inside.
Yeah.
Continue this.
I got a 2. 4. I got a 4.
Well, the -10 has caused me to be an absolute fucking failure.
Yeah, what did you get?
That would be a -1.
Alright, and most importantly, odds or evens.
Good Christ. Evens.
He's coiled around it.
Shit.
Like, you would have to bodily pick up his torso to get to that chain.
What would you enchant it with? Like,
Fire. I'm trying to make things right.
In secret in the middle of the night.
In secret in the middle of the night.
there's no fucking way you're gonna have time to enchant it with fire.
If I stay up all night.
Why would you
Also,
want to enchant
how
with
would we
fire?
not wake up from that?
I'm chiseling. I'm just chiseling. Like, I'm not smithing. It's underneath him.
Wait, why do you want to enchant it with fire?
Listen. Stop asking me these questions. You're asleep.
All that matters is he's trying to screw me over.
Is he like? Is he just trying to enchant your chain with fire?
Yeah.
I don't want him to.
Well,
This is not
are
consensual.
you gonna try, or are you gonna give up at this point?
He's grabbing my chain without my consent.
Like, I put him to sleep magically. I delicately crept into his tent, I guess. Like, it's wrapped around him. Okay.
No, like he's wrapped around it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not in bondage with my chain.
God. Well, I wouldn't put it past you. Okay, I'll give up. This has dragged on long enough. Fine. It's gonna be great.
Next
Okay.
time you enter in bondage in my chain.
So, what's everyone's health at?
I'm at ready. Like, I'm at maximum.
95.
I'm at 140.
Okay, in that case, you were explicitly the first. So, I'll get you guys to leave, and then after that, Ken will grab you, and then I'll get you to grab Gabe. We'll do this one by one.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Did I get health from? It was from drinking the drink.
You would have gotten it.
30...
5.
Yeah.
36.
36. Yeah.
Okay, so I would be at 1. What's this plus 36?
I think you're still in the same order.
41, it'd be... it'd be 131.
31.
131, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, you got him. Okay.
1 second. Okay, we're good.
Just panicking out of here. Okay. You're dreaming. You know you're dreaming. Where are you?
The bakery.
Okay, you're in the bakery. It's sort of wobbly because you haven't been in the back that often, but you still remember it. What are you doing in the bakery?
Just nothing. Just sitting there.
There's a door. It heads off to the other back room.
Curiosity opened the door.
You're in there, and when you open it, it's dream logic, so it feels like you remember it. It's this big, elaborate hall, and there's just rows upon rows of shelves. In the back, there's a card table, and it looks like there's a number of people playing.
Move closer, try to identify the people.
Looks like there's, actually, all of them are you.
I'm okay with this.
Okay. As you approach, they don't seem to have any more chairs. They're willing to deal you a hand if you can find one.
I'll move back towards the bakery and see if there's a spare chair.
Alright. As you move back, you leave and you understand that that room wasn't there. And now you're back in the bakery, and you know how dreams just sort of stop having a through line?
Yeah.
Now you're in the bakery again, and you're just restarting. At this point, however, there is another you that's in the front preparing things, wearing Vesta's clothes.
Alright. I'm probably just hanging out with Vestami.
Yep, you guys are baking together. Pretty wild, isn't it?
What?
This whole situation. I mean, come on. This fucking dude, Chrysalis or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You gotta get him. You gotta do something about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, do you think we need the others for that?
Leland, no.
Fair enough.
Elbron is good in a fight, and Vesta is, well, Vesta.
I mean, is she good in a fight, or is it just because we like her? I mean,
Gotta protect her.
fair enough.
If she's ends up leaving this, then so do I.
Alright, nothing else of importance happens in the dream. Wanna go get Chelsea?
Alright.
Vesta!
As it stands, as we're swapping out, this is an NPC from a campaign they have been in.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Okay. You are within the stretches of a dream. Where are you?
At home.
Okay, you're at home, but it's like dead empty. It feels normal, like everyone's off for a walk, even though that's statistically quite unlikely. It's just you in here.
I go to my room.
In there, there's you, but about a year younger. You're wearing the same clothes. You remember having them then.
I try to talk to myself. I say hello.
Hey, isn't that crazy, this Kree guy?
You don't know Cree yet.
Well, I mean, you do, and I'm you.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right about that. I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know what I think.
What do you out of game think?
I think he's like super suspicious and like 100% lying. Like, she knows he's lying, but like, she doesn't think that it's like necessarily in a bad way.
Okay. I don't know if he's lying or not, but I think maybe if like without the other guys being impulsive, if we just talk to him one-on-one.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Salas and Leland both kind of run their mouth.
They really do. It's kind of annoying. They're just not getting along very well. It seems like Leland doesn't want to be here.
I mean, I guess he didn't want to be home either.
Yeah.
Dream fades into things that aren't relevant. Want to go grab Gabe?
Should.
Let's see how this unfolds. This should be a good time. Oh, here he comes, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Okay, you find yourself in a dream. Where are you?
In my dream?
Mm-hmm.
Probably at a workshop, making knives.
Alright. You're actually on the road in a campground. It's midday and there's a lot of people around. A number of other Cabrine as it happens. You don't know where you are, but it's chilly and you're around a fire. You look off in the distance, there's like almost like a huge camp in the middle, and yours spreads like a big ring. You've been told about these, but you never saw one before. You're sitting there making a hammer, and you're apprenticing under yourself.
Oh.
This other you is wearing blue, and seems to be much, much older.
Wild. Yeah, I'll continue to make that hammer, I guess.
Remember that Kree guy?
Yeah, he was quite the man.
Whatever happened with that whole thing?
I don't know. I mean, we sent him off on his way, and
I mean, he was a weird dude, right?
it's unusual for sure. You know, it's not his fault.
Yeah. I don't know if it was ever worth our time killing that, looking into it. I'm sure if we just went to talk to him, like just went, hey, so, is it cool if we keep going? We just happen to blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that would be fine, but I don't know about the other ones. They'd be getting in the way with all their paranoia.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand. Do we ever understand?
Well, someday. It's harder than it seems. And it never stops getting hard, you know? But I'm sure there's answers. It's just nothing to be worried about, you know?
I mean, absolutely. It's just a weird man, you know?
The dream fades, and that's it.
Cool.
Hey guys,
Come on back in. Yep.
Comes back with the cookie.
Okie dokes.
Alright, it's real early in the morning. You guys are up now, getting ready. As far as you can tell from what you hear, the gates haven't opened, and it's still kind of that crisp, dewy hour in the morning.
Okay. So, gonna head towards the rookery then.
Yep, that sounds like the best plan.
As soon as I'm up and moving. Even while these guys are having breakfast if they have it.
Oh, alright.
Well, I don't need to eat.
Sure.
Still got
Alright.
4 days.
There's really nobody else moving around. Like, there's guards, they take note of you, but when they see that you're adventurers, they figure you're just doing early morning work. You pass by the market district, which isn't open, and then a little bit past there, you get to, after following the signs, you get to the rookery. Here, it's still closed, but it looks like the rookers have gotten to work. There's lights on in there. You notice now some of the only people you've seen that are guards. There's a pair who are standing out there bickering.
As I move towards them, can I make out what they're bickering about?
What language do you speak? Languages.
Trader Tongue, Lore, and Pythona.
Okay, you don't recognize it. It sounds kind of like fluid and musical, but maybe it's Western? From what you see, there's like a shortish, like bald, dark-skinned elfborn who's just wearing common clothes, who's talking to like a classic wizard-looking ass dude. He's got the big wide hat, the sort of floop, he's a human, and bright blue robes. To the side, actually, you see approaching down the road and waving to them. They wave back. There's a Volpe who's wearing like traveler's gear, a gambeson. He has a weapon, like a halberd strung over his back, and he has a buckler at his side.
Okay. So, fellow adventurers. Hello, fellow adventurers. I'm just gonna keep walking if they're engaging. I can't really make out anything that they're saying, so...
As you get closer and they like see you and notice you, there's not a lot of people on the street after all. They both just kind of pause and they're like, "Went to Elbjorn," and they just like run towards you guys.
Like, aggressive run, or...
The only emotion you're like lifting off of them is like an "oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck."
running towards us.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey!
They don't seem to have weapons drawn.
I'm still sort of not okay.
Alright, you sort of like back off a bit as you're like, "Hey!" And then they go, "Hi. It's the older wizard talking. Are you, no. We got descriptions. People, what would... At this point, the Volpe takes over.
Goat, a rabbit, and a disappointment.
Something like that. We're looking for some people.
You wish you were a goat.
You guys, did you go inquiring to the university about a guy by the name of Chrysalis?
Yes, that was
Yes.
me.
And there was a curse of a particular type, right?
Yes.
Hey, Sloma. He motions over, and the Elfborn shows up. Right, so could you tell me more about this curse if you're comfortable?
And I'm just gonna list off like symptoms from the doctor that we noticed before he passed. Just symptoms from the hunters.
Okay, when you mention the hunters, they go, did you find them off the edge of the Lupus hunting trails?
That would be like, yeah, pretty much, because like there was only one route in and out of town.
You see that like he starts like looking
And it
through
was
a
a hunting
book.
trail.
Right. Now when you found him, was he? You haven't mentioned these details, by the by. Was he wearing green and brown?
He wasn't wearing anything. He was a corpse in a river.
I mean,
Okay.
wasn't he? Yeah, he like was like a corpse.
Okay, so he was a corpse in a river. Did you find a box?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we have it.
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
Okay, well, it's... If you want to have a box, there you go. We don't need it anymore. It's too late now, apparently. And...
Wait. Too late.
Because he has a body. You can't fit Kree back in the box.
No, I just... Too
And-
late.
So, where was his last known location?
The bar
The rotund.
last night.
Oh my god, the gates haven't opened. The gate he turns around and he's like shaking with the gates haven't opened! He's like, oh, yes, they haven't, but what does... Oh...
I'm sorry, is there something we're missing here?
Yes, we represent, a... Well, it used to be a different sort of study, but now it's... I guess a study into whatever the hell is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually waiting for a letter of confirmation to see if we have the dispensation. We're on field research with few questions asked. We can afford to hire adventurers if you're looking for work. I know that's unlikely.
We absolutely are.
I'm getting like a gradually more smug look on my face. And just like,
I'm getting a more confused look on mine. Now,
what exactly is the issue that's at hand?
Right, well, we haven't come up with a name for them yet, but... Well... We've thought of calling them Lifedrinkers, because apparently that's what they do in a fight. They sort of just slurp it out of you.
no, I mean, if you're fighting someone who's willing, maybe.
What do you mean willing?
He can only
He says...
slurp life.
Oh yes, that's absolutely a lie.
Ha!
No,
Just more and more smug. My smug is at like an 8 out of 10 right now.
no,
And it's jumping to a 9 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure he was telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so we dropped them off at the hospital yesterday. I tell him the whole story about like the bandages and then like how he was like limping and like almost dead the morning, and we saw him at night and he was like perfectly fine. And I give them my theory that he like killed a person.
Right, that would make sense. We've been tracking this one for quite some time. And you said he had a traveling companion and he was going to New Farm Market?
Correct.
Yes, him and a dwarf.
I also pull up the
Yes.
note and just go, this was in the box as well. Does this mean anything more to you than it does to us?
Oh, well, while he was still a skull, we were going to lock the box and put it in a vault.
Seems
that-
kind of cruel.
The person kills people.
Well,
There's no proof. This is slander.
There's a lot of dead people around him.
you
That's
see
the
him.
proof.
You see him just raise his book, and it's like a list of names, and it just keeps going. He flips, and it's another, and he just keeps going until you get to a map. From here, you see like there's maps. They're tracking a number of people, and there's a whole bunch of streams, at least like 4 to 5 separate ones that like snake out that are all going to New Farm Market right now.
Smugness is 10 out of 10.
Let me see that. I kind of go to snatch the
Yeah,
book.
maybe a 9.5.
Once we hire you. Sorry, this is sort of the only copy we have of this right now until we get the scribes done with it.
I'm in.
I'm in too. I think it's a great
Okay.
adventure.
Okay.
Right. Yes, welcome to our division. Hopefully we should get notes to update this from the other ones once this rookery comes in, as well as information as to whether or not we can afford adventurers.
Which rookery did you contact for information? Out of curiosity.
Oh, we're going back to our home university back in Forks.
Oh, okay.
So nothing about Ravensrook?
No? What's this about Ravensbrook then?
He just, said that there was information in Ravensrook.
On his disease, but that was probably also a lie.
No,
Yeah.
Ravensbrook is one of the few cities that doesn't have a university in it.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
this guy is literally
So,
not gonna lie to us.
You're like 0 for 3 now, Leland, on that one.
Could you describe any of these other companions again?
Yeah, so
Describe
I'd give the description
Yeah.
of the dwarf born and the guy that I saw coming into the bar.
Right, I didn't
Okay,
see
good.
that because Leland and I were being...
I also make note of the chickadee.
Chickadee. Interesting. That explains... He, switches back and he's like, oh, damn it, we don't have time for this, but... Anybody know anything about migration patterns?
I can roll. Is that a science or political?
That'd be science.
I want to roll science. I have 1 dot, but...
I also have 1 dot.
6.
4.
He shows you, a stretch on the map, across the ice barrier where, a last known location cuts off and a new one begins. It goes right through where it's on the other side of your village. There's just nothing. It's not even remotely hospitable to any life.
What's this? Is it migration of the chickadee?
Yes. No, right. You're right. Of course it wouldn't be going there. So then how did he...
Look, I can see we don't have a lot of time. Do we want to... Are we heading out on a wagon? Are we chasing them down? Are we going on foot? How is this witch hunt getting started?
The door opens. There's a disgruntled-looking person who comes out with a letter for them and passes it. You see that, it's the Volpe in the back who takes the letter, reads through it. He passes a bunch of it to the elf board, who sort of goes off to update things in a corner. And he looks through something and goes, oh, perfect, right. We can arrange a pickup for the extra funds we'll need, but we can afford to hire you guys for silver a day?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Alright.
sounds great.
Perfect. In that case, we should get out of here. Do you guys have anything to pick up?
Our wagon. That's about it.
Right then, we should go.
Yeah.
So,
Or right, or should we be trying to track these? We might be able to glean more information like that.
Well, we have a box that tracks it.
we do have a box of tracks.
We also have a wannabe goat man. And, which...
Can you guys just figure your shit out?
At least I have legs.
You don't need legs when you style like this.
I give him a kick. Not a hard one, but a...
I want to
Yeah.
dodge the kick as gracefully as possible.
Do it.
Five.
Oh no, that's a solid 14 for me.
So you boot, and literally, as your boot comes, he just...
Yeah. Okay. You guys figure out how you want to hunt down this guy. I'm gonna go get the wagon ready.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know how many numbers of others you may have encountered?
Trot.
He said that there's 5 of them, but he's lied at every single turn so far.
Yeah.
So...
Oh no, yes. The party going to New Farm Market is 23.
Nice.
And oh god, you see the guy comparing a note, and he goes, "Oh, they found another nest." Yep, they found another nest. You see the guy writing some more stuff down.
Excuse me, but nest?
Oh yes, they're cabals of sort. Currently, we've noticed that the nests tend to be 5 to 30. Counting this new one, that leaves us at 213.
It's a lot of Lifedrinkers.
I'm getting the wagon ready to head out. I don't want to be in this conversation anymore. I'm mad.
You're mad?
I'm mad.
Okay.
I'm mad at being tricked. I'm mad at being wrong.
I'm mad at my smugness.
Stupid snake with stupid chain, stupid life drinker lying to me. Stupid wizard.
So as you're grumbling and you're going to get the box ready, you're taking all the shit, and you're like, you open up the wagon, you take the box, you double check it, and it's pointing outside the walls.
Outside the walls.
You passed by a street where you could see the gates like 5 minutes ago. The doors are closed.
Well, that ain't good. Getting the wagon together, lickety split, record time, and meeting everybody.
Yeah, you guys are ready quick enough.
Okay, so Box is saying this man is outside of the gates. It could be mistaken. Turns out I've been wrong about a lot of things lately.
No, the box seems pretty accurate, even if you're not.
So,
Let's get going.
I was gonna say we lost him, so we might as well take a minute to gather ourselves. But yeah, no, let's go. We can get him.
Let's go.
The gates are still shut. It's supposed to be probably about 10 minutes till they open them.
Let's go. Yeah, get our stuff together and wait at the gates then for them to open.
Before too long, and you uncomfortably watch the needle drift and drift, the gates open and you guys are some of the first ones out. Here you are on the road.
On the road again.
Does the needle point south?
Why don't we bring up the map?
It's the map. And do you want me to bring up?
Yep. Currently, it is pointing... You reckon it's probably, like... Now it's pretty much straight, like, northeast.
So
he's going up that way?
Seems like it.
North.
So we're all wrong about New Farm Market.
North.
Do we want to follow Cree or do we want to go to New Farm Market? Because Cree is just like, I don't think he's important here, is he?
Well, it's less of Kree and more of he has a group of them now. Like,
I turned to the Wizard Man's with us, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Turn to the Wizard Man. You know they're meeting in New Farm Market?
Do you know when?
As far as I can tell, it's just what reports are saying. Hold on. Selma, what are they... You see that Selma's now done transcribing. Reports say, probably estimated they're going to be having a moot in 2 months.
How long does it get from Hammerhold to New Farm Market?
Oh, sort of like... Well, it could be anywhere between, like, a couple weeks and a month and a half.
Okay. Why don't we follow them north?
yeah, that doesn't sound terrible to me.
I would much rather
Because-
confront one life drinker than 213 life drinkers simultaneously.
212 after we finish with Kree.
Well, if we don't go up, we don't finish. Great.
No, we can still make it there in time. Wouldn't we be able to? It's 3 weeks. They're meeting in 3 months.
So we have
Oh,
a
yeah.
buffer room of 2 weeks. At the
Yeah.
very max, like worst case scenario.
That does not sound too bad to me.
Sorry, I'm just gathering some stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this Wizard Man.
Wizard?
So, I'm assuming we're heading off, like we're on the road again, eh?
Mm.
As we're walking, I'd like to talk shop with him about the sort of arcanic aspects of enchanting a knife to detect blood drinkers, now that we have a sample of his blood.
Oh, well, yes, it would just be dowsing as normal, I imagine.
Like, we'd be able to attune it to the curse in general rather than just this specific one, or is that?
Oh, if this is blood dowsing, then it would have to be this specific person.
There's no way to like extract just the curse elements of the blood.
I mean, hypothetically. But, well, that'd be more of an alchemical sort of nonsense, really.
It's not my strong suit.
My strong suit.
I thought you made bread.
I do.
How do you think the bread tastes so good?
Yeah.
She
I
adds
do.
her own special touch.
I do alchemy and bread making.
Huh. Didn't know that.
I mean, I think it's kind of cheating, but...
I mean, listen. Hey, it's good fucking bread.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
care
not
how it's made.
Exactly.
Leland and I have the final moment where we actually agree on something. And it's just like, it's not cheating if it tastes delicious. It's just good business.
Yeah.
We agree on something, Leland.
It's good bread.
I feel like we both pointed at Elborn at the same time. Hey.
Just, hey. No.
No.
All right.
Bread.
Does somebody want to be at the 4?
I'll be at the 4.
All right. We'll shuffle up some cards and odds or evens. Currently, it's overcast.
I'll go odds.
It starts to rain pretty hard. Looks like you guys are going to be slowed down.
If we're slowed down, so is he.
You make it about 6 clicks up the road. Say you're just off the edge of the of the star itself.
Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts.
He's a jack of, well, farts.
Nice.
You
Yep. That's the deck I play with.
Like, so that's the dick I play with.
No, you're just being
This is
weird out of character.
This is my Christian Minecraft server. Stop.
So here you actually encounter a confectioner getting to the city early in the morning. Looks like he's got some stuff for sale.
I look at his stuff.
Yeah, what does he have?
Looks like right now it's bars of chocolate. Those are going to be about 1 silver each.
I'm gonna buy a bar of chocolate.
I'm not.
I'm going to.
Are you buying any chocolate?
I'm not buying chocolate.
Who's next at the 4?
I'll take it.
All right. The 2 of clubs. As you start to head uphill and into the mountains, you're still along the main road, so it's nice and sturdy, but you are getting further and further from where it's well traveled by travelers. Here, it's pretty much just people going up to the village, then off into these mining hamlets.
How far do we make it?
You make it. Another...
Something like that.
I'm just going to re-roll that. Please don't cock my dice. There we go. Another 10 clicks. You make it just to the mouth of the village. You're kicking off a couple of more of those rock ticks, which cost you 2, 1, and 1. But now it seems like they're finally starting to retreat away from the travelers. The density was real bad earlier.
Getting real sick of these rock ticks.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't
It's
die
now
to chain
about
web.
late morning when you guys hit the village, and now that you're checking, it seems like the dagger's pointing in a different direction.
Distraction.
Now it seems to be pointing, like, pretty much straight west. Or east, rather.
East.
So
There's
wait.
a road that goes that way.
Okay,
Yeah, so we have one of 2 roads. We can go down here, or we can go across to here.
Across.
Across?
Straight east.
Something like straight east?
Straight east.
2 things before we go. I would like to buy some rations from the local shop.
Yep, in the village there's like a small market where they do have a number of different foods for sale. It's not far from town, but at the same time, this is a secluded place. They don't have a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Looks like here they have a lot of cheese.
Guess I'm stocking up on some cheese.
Odds or evens?
Evens.
Noted.
Okay, I'm buying some cheese. It's 55
It's
copper per supply.
5 copper per ration. Yeah.
Okay.
After that brief exchange, you guys are able to keep along the road. Now it's about noon and the sun's starting to rise, so the clouds are breaking and changing a little bit. Odds or evens?
Evens.
Actually, things change pretty quickly. You're back to clear skies before too long. Or, well, clear skies. That's sort of like, it's blue and you can see the sun, but it's still wet and pattery and quiet out. As you guys are traveling, you make it a nice and solid... Another 10 clicks down, so you're on the opposite side of the grid line where there's a kink in the road. Who is at the 4?
Me.
8 of clubs. As you're traveling along this lesser road, it's a lot narrower, and it's not as well maintained. In patches, there's patches of gravel that have sort of washed away with the winter melt a little. As you travel along, however, you see that further up, there's a bit of rock that's actually wearing away. It might come down. It's overhanging the path.
Before we get there, obviously.
Alright, you wait a little while back and you trigger it early. It, however, is to your benefit. You knock down this outcrop and it just... down it goes. It goes across the road and there's rubble, but you can make it over the rubble. You would take 4, both of you guys take 2.
Alright.
It's now getting past lunch into the early afternoon, and it's still holding strong.
Are we stopping for lunch, or are we continuing on? Because I'm still good for another 4 days.
No, let's keep going.
What do you mean? We haven't had breakfast. Can we at least, eat something on the road?
Let's take a quick pit stop, relax, hang out.
Chains out.
I mean, according to the map we got, they're not going anywhere fast unless they're walking into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, checking it. Did it go directly east, or is it now pointing south?
Now it is pointing directly east still.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, we're chasing Lifedrinkers now.
Yeah, you guys shove some food in you. Keep on the road. Now it's the late afternoon.
I'm gonna do my practice because I didn't practice yesterday, but I feel like putting Leland in his place made me happy enough to counterbalance the irritation of not doing my routine.
Spite's powerful. It's a powerful thing.
Just kind of button heads on that. Didn't do my routine, but oh man, Leland
on top.
Leland got really put in his place. Happy with that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my routine and I'm super happy.
All right, you guys have a bit of time to eat, to enjoy things as the weather stops being damp and starts properly being sunny again. And then you're back on the road.
I'll take this one.
All right. Give it one more courtesy shove.
I don't like that.
What?
A courtesy shove?
Oh, I thought he said shove.
2 spades.
2 of spades. You're getting further and further into the mountains, and as you're up higher and higher, there's a number of eagles close to the edge of the road that get irked as you get close to their perches. They swoop down at you time and time again. What was it, a 2? Yeah. So you take 2 and you guys take 1, just sort of hushing them away from you.
I want to check the knife.
Oh, it's pointing dead ahead.
Okay.
And you guys make it right to that hamlet. It seems here that there's a boarding house or 2 outside of a mine where, here it seems to be pointing still past right between the buildings, where there's a little shorter, smaller, winding road up to a barn on the hill. The barn seems to be half collapsed.
That's where the knife is pointing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be where they are.
Lead the way.
I don't know if we should just go into a Expanded mind.
Yeah, like we have the people with us, right? The scientists people, or do they say stay behind? Is it just like us going to track them down?
I mean, they're willing to stay behind if you want.
No, I mean like were they traveling with us or did they stay in Hammerhole?
Oh, they are traveling with you.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I'm gonna ask them if they've ever had to deal with Lifedrinkers and like any best course of action.
From what we understand, they're people, really. It's more of a school of magic than a curse.
I'm sharpening my knives as we're deciding a course of action.
So as far as we know, they could be swinging at us with a sword, they could be casting spells. Why are we walking towards them anyways? We're trying to track their location. Why don't we just stealth and wait for them to leave?
That's what I was thinking. Like, there's no reason for us to go into that mine. There might be 10 Lifedrinkers in there. We're just gonna walk in. What are we gonna do?
That's a
Hey,
very good point.
Well,
how's it going? Just, you know.
presumably we won't say anything.
I don't think there's any reason for us to go in there.
Well, then why are we even following them? What are we accomplishing?
I think we can get some more information out of them.
Yeah, we're trying to get information, so there's no reason for us to go in there. Let's just stay.
But they
over
could
here.
be doing something ritualistic in there.
Then, there's no point in us all going in there. Just one person.
You hear the call of a chickadee, but you don't see it.
Oh.
Shit.
All right, that's it. Let's set up camp. I'm putting up wards and guards.
Oh, I could assist with that.
Sounds good.
I am so suspicious of that chickadee. I
I
think
hand you a knife.
If I could
take care of it.
If I could see the chickadee, it'd be out of the air right now.
I think it's a spy. It's spying on us.
I just think its song is annoying. Okay, let's get some words up. I don't
Okay.
feel like being like the life getting drunk out of me or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Let's put up some words. You know, sit. It's get in a good area, hidden in the trees a little bit. Can we do that?
There's not a lot of trees now. Now you guys are up here in the crags, but you can find a place where you nestle where you can hide the glow of your campfire effectively, as well as your tents.
Okay.
Moving off to the side of the path, you get to a place where someone can just creep past some, mid-May juniper bushes and watch the barn at a distance.
Right.
There is the very vague glow of maybe one or two lanterns inside.
I'm setting up wards, ward city.
Yeah, you have a chance to walk around and ward off the camp using your ritual techniques. As you're going one way, Blue is going the other and doubling up on your warding. You feel quite secure by the time that warding itself is done. And you don't hear the chickadee anymore.
It's a spy.
Can I just sneak up on the building? Just try and be.
Why would you do that? We're in a good spot right now.
But I want more info.
Okay.
Do you have
that
a knife?
chickadee's gonna see you.
I have a chain.
Do you have a knife?
I do have a knife, technically.
Do you want me to turn that knife into a guard? Can I make a guard knife?
Yeah?
I give him my cooking knife.
Listen, the only enchanting I really do is with knives. They're a very comfortable medium.
I understand you need a comfort zone, and that some people just aren't able to
I've
work
tuned you
outside.
out. I'm working on the knife. I've tuned you out. I'm turning this knife into a guard. What would that be? 4 plus 6 plus 8. Actually, that's not bad. It's 12. 16 ward or guard.
Their wizard does the same for the Volpe among them.
What does that actually give me? What does guard actually give me? I'm not familiar with
It gives
magics.
you.
It's like a magic repulsion, basically.
Yeah, so if you walk around, they're not gonna
okay.
stumble into you. If you pull out a knife and run at them, they're not gonna be oh, invisible knife. But you know, if you're walking around, they'll look the other way when you're going around corridors. That'll, you know, it'll give you a little bit of help. A little bit of...
So is the Volpe joining me for this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I just immediately go low to the ground and slither.
Right. What did you say your name was? I feel like we should know this before we're sneaking off in the darkness.
I just kind of go, Salus.
Red. Similarly, like, he goes down on his like hands and he's like really low to the ground with you.
Yep. Yeah. I motion for us to approach military staff.
Yep. Roll Grace.
Cool. That is 12. That is 16.
16. You're quick and deft making your way up the crags. For the most part, as you go up sort of like a shielded approach, it's pretty rough, so it's less about making noise and more about just getting there. Once you're up a bit of almost like maybe like 60-degree shelf, you're at a rise where you can sort of hide behind another crag before your final approach. Here, there's 2 or 3 that you'll have to dart to. There's a long, thin one after a long run. That's the first you'll have to get to. There's a nice, decent bit of cover, and then the last one is sort of like a divot with a juniper bush in it.
Alright. I just kind of look to Red and go, what do you reckon our odds?
Let me try this first one. See how that goes. He gives it a shot. And quietly slides behind the next bit of cover. He gives you a thumbs up.
I'll join him then. I'm assuming Grace again?
Yep.
Ooh!
Oh!
You can't see that? That is... Do you want to just move the clipboard into range of the camera? I don't know if that'll work.
It's not good.
It is not good. 3 1s and a 2, boys.
Oh no, that's
So...
God.
I mean, that's a 5. At least.
That's a 9. Yeah. It's a 9.
Wow.
You feel yourself slipping on a bit of loose rock. Normally this would be nothing, but you figure you're about to send it like falling. You are able to take 6 damage to pass.
Oh yeah.
Alright, you catch it and slither up behind the next one. Looks like... Well, you went first, so it's your go.
Am I going for the next one?
Yep.
Alright. Oh yeah, did I regain any health for doing the training while they were at lunch?
Yeah. Roll Delicate. Or whichever one you were doing.
Yeah, I'm still
Grace?
training. I'm still training Delicate.
Okay.
That is a solid 8.
8?
Yeah.
Alright. That's a number.
Yep.
Luckily, though, this one's easy. You just, like,
Yeah.
dart across.
Well, like
and
that,
he follows.
that was the Delicate heal recovery. So.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
This one is much
That was
better.
better.
This is much better. This is a 19.
19. Alright, you quickly slither off towards the other end. He follows along. With success. Last but not least, he eyes that bit of juniper and goes, oh, we're gonna have to be careful with that one. He tries to sneak in ahead of you. He makes his way in, and you hear a loud, like, whoosh. He then, like, runs out, and he, like, goes off towards where you think is a cliff edge. You see him clearly, like, grab on and then slide to a lower bit, but there's some people that leave the barn itself.
I'm in the divot.
You're following into the divot?
Yeah.
After you see him make a bunch of noise?
No, like I'm not like following. No, you're right. Like I'm just where I am hiding.
Okay, so you're behind the bigger middle crag.
Mhm.
Here, there's a dwarfborn, the one you saw from earlier, with a lantern coming out. He's holding the lantern in his buckler hand, so you can't see it, but you can see like a hard edge, and you can see the glint coming off of a bastard sword. He's got it like a proper like fencing ready as he walks around and looks towards where there could be foliage. He checks a bush which isn't the one that made noise and jabs into it. He then moves forward to the juniper bush in the divot, jabs, and that's when you see that there's some brush to the side of you. He seems to have noticed it too.
Interesting. I'm not particularly sure what to do in the situations. He's a normal human being. I think I can take him.
There's gonna be more.
But it's just him now. There's going to be more,
What's
but
the
I think I
situation?
can take him.
What's the situation? Like,
He
are
is-
you next to a cliff?
There is a big, thick crag. He's coming this way towards you. You're on this side. The bush is on this side. The divot is in there. There's no real outdoor lighting, and then the barn.
So he's coming to stab the bush that you're behind,
That I'm near.
that you're near.
So I'm thinking I think I can surprise him.
Yeah?
Yeah, but could you take him down without him making any noise?
I think I can. I get my chain ready to ensnare and my hand ready to place on his fucking mouth. With all of the poison magic just ready to go.
Cuts back to Leland sitting at the camp working on a knife. I wonder if Salas is doing anything stupid right now.
You
Cuts
sort
back
of,
to Salas.
you sort of like look off into the distance where there's the barn, and you actually do see a bit of crag. There's a dude walking up with a weapon, and you see the dude just get pulled into a bush. Nothing happens for a minute, and you see Salas get up. The Volpe is quick enough to rejoin you in the divot. Want to roll delicate for it?
Sure. 14.
All right. You're gonna need one more to pass.
I'll take that one.
Yep. You and him both painstakingly squeeze your way into there. It's uncomfortable, but you're like fully underbrushed. You're not making noise, and you can hear the inside. And as luck would have it, they're speaking trader tongue.
Alright, what do we hear?
Well, they seem to have put up guards of some sorts. We can't get a good look at them, but well, I suppose if they have come this close, they'll have to be here eventually. In which case, well, I guess we stand and fight if that's their intent. Otherwise, we talk our way out of it. That's when you hear like a chuckle from everyone in the room. But, well, I suppose we'll find out when Boru's back in.
And immediately I tap the Volpe and motion for us to leave. Like, it's just like, we're out.
Was
He
able to tell by like the laughter how many people were probably in the room?
You heard 3? You think? 2. 2? 2.
Alright.
Two, possibly three.
I think it's a winnable fight. I'm gonna go back to sorry, what was the corpse's name? Or like
Boru?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Boru?
Yep.
Was it? That sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, that does sound awfully familiar. Is it perhaps from our previous campaign, Boru?
Maybe.
Well, is it a dwarfborn, first of all?
It is?
Yeah, okay. Like, is he like, I'm assuming he's not dead because he's a life drinker, but I'm just gonna kind of look at Red and just be like, what do we do with him?
Take him.
We can take him back, or
Takes his sword, got a box.
do I have a
Do you have a
box?
tax collector's bag still?
Just grab the head. Just cut it off and grab it. And, like, we have a box back at the tent.
It's like, yeah, it was like, we have the box back at the tent.
He starts going for it. There's the occasional spurt of blood that he dodges out of the way. He's done this before, and with a crunch, you feel him, like... And I do say feel. It's the sort of thing when you look and you kind of like, ugh. There's a bit of like a struggle through the spine, and then the rest is just a slick...
It's like,
From inside my cave, did you guys hear a schluck?
tell you what. Do you want to be conservative about it, listen, and I'll bring the head back, or do you want to bring the head back and I'll listen?
I'll bring the head back and give it information.
All right. He chucks you the head, and all right. Before too long, you make it back to the camp where people are waiting.
It's like,
And you got a head.
I got a head. Just like one down.
God.
I toss it towards Leland. Put it in the box.
In the box. Oh.
It's at this point, while you're sitting there with a dwarfborn's head, still warm, still, like, wet, like, grabbed by the dreads, put in this box, you realize that it's been chewed through. There's no actual, like, close or lock to it.
Shit.
How'd you guys always end up with loose heads?
Well, we just do.
Or was that the other party that
I
had,
think-
like, a sack of heads?
I think that was the other party that had a sack of heads, but I feel like we've had a head at some point.
Well, it's not like I lack tools. I'll just nail the thing shut.
Yeah, you get a little bit of loose timber and go to just, like, hard seal it shut.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Before I do that, do you have any vials?
Would I have vials?
Yeah, as an alchemist, you would
Okay.
totally have vials.
Okay, I'm scooping up some of that blood in a vial to hopefully make a knife that homes in on Lifedrinkers.
Yep, you've got one. You've got a vial of blood.
Perfect. And I'm sealing that thing back up. Well, I guess we're in deep now.
Well, they're planning on attacking us. Like,
Well, talk out of it, maybe.
I highly doubt we'll be able to talk out of it.
Well, they wanted to talk out of it. That's what they said.
They laughed at that. That was a joke to them. They're gonna get us. They're gonna try and get us and drink our lives to shut us up. From the sounds of it, there's Kree and 3 others.
Okay. You're right.
I think we could take them. I took down one. I think we could take him down.
We already killed their buddy.
Poor Boru. He's had a bad life. Brought it on himself, but he had a bad life.
Who's Boru again?
Wasn't he the industrialist behind a large portion of
This sounds like a time to tell a tale to the audience.
homicide?
So Boru was my ally in the previous campaign. Will gave us all a companion that we, were buddy-buddy with. And since I grew up on the street, I would steal people's necklaces, and he, being a jeweler, would pawn them off. Basically do whatever he had to do to make money on that. And him traveling with us, he then got into a massive fight, well, we all did, at Rookery Hill, to which we abandoned him. And the next time we saw him, he was a billionaire genius philanthropist that was funding the war, like the genocide against beast folk.
So he'd be old at this point.
He probably would be, yeah.
25 years older.
Yeah, 25 years older, and immortal, apparently. Yeah, he was apparently assassinated by who was my very terrible girlfriend at the time.
Oh! Yeah, she said that she killed him.
Yeah, she killed him, and so he's supposed to be dead.
He was doing this at that point. Because she probably did a good job, and then he just came back to life.
One can assume. Oh, fuck, that's what all that was. That pieces together a lot of what happened to me at the end of the campaign.
What happened to you at the end of the campaign?
I got life-drinkered, apparently.
Did you?
By the fucking Empress.
Yep.
Oh no!
Wait, what happened?
I was sneaking into a compound, and where they were a warehouse where they were storing all of the dwarven batteries, and the Empress came in, and I fucked up and ended up having to kiss the Empress's boot in order to not die, which then resulted in me leaving And losing a shit ton of health as a result.
Oh, yeah.
The Empress also killed Kai in a similar manner. That was rough.
Yep.
Well,
How exactly did she do it?
We don't know, we didn't see.
killing Kai?
Yeah.
She picked her up and slurped the life out of her, and then I tried to save her, and I managed to get her out of the grip, and then kind of the guards just descended on her.
Yeah.
And stabbed her to death.
She was a corpse.
She was...
Oh man, was she ever a corpsey corpse?
She was a corpse. It was definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice view of Will's head now.
Yeah.
Can see my delicious dome. Glowing for all to see.
Yep.
Succulent.
Just want a chunk of that dome.
I love how like you can still see bits of like the other campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still on the.
Yeah.
War wounds.
It's got
It's got
wounds.
war wounds, definitely. Still good though. Still good battle mat. The we all gonna die skull is still there.
Only part of it.
Yeah. The good part. The flaming part. Yeah. The fire and brimstone part.
Fire in the flames, carrying on.
Yes.
Fire in the disco.
Fire in the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Alright, well, you're back at the camp, and Red's still out there.
Can I see him at all, knowing where he was?
Knowing where he was, you wouldn't be able to see him.
Like, looking around for him, like...
Maybe go
You
back?
have to make your way back up.
But like, I still have sight of the... Would I still have sight of the barn, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no one else has come out of the barn, correct? No. Okay. Alright, well, we can wait for him to come back to form a plan, or we can start forming a plan now. Do we storm, or do we wait?
I'm going to turn to Blue. Just kind of looking expectantly. Well, you seem to know the most about these.
Well, if we do that, we should make sure we have Red with us. If there's enough of us and we've taken one head, then that means there's two left, and that's 2 heads. We can do that. They're probably not going to be alone unless... Did you hear anyone else but them? They're powerful creatures. They wouldn't necessarily hire help.
That's all I particularly heard. Was just the Cree talking and 3 voices laughing. Roughly 3 voices.
It was 4.
Technically 4, yes.
3 or 4.
Was 5.
Was 5.
Well, I'm putting on my chainmail, like,
Yeah.
as we're talking.
Well, you guys get ready for the fight. We'll get ready for the fight. We'll meet you up there, I guess. You want to have a signal for when we walk up and you'll join us, or
What if...
do we just want to collect Red on our way up?
Excellent question. Like, are we storming or are we waiting for them to cross our guards and our wards? Well, the wards won't really do anything. They'll just tell us
Well,
that
you
they're
said
there.
that like they know we're here.
Yeah. They know they're here. They know where we are. Should we try to sneak up and like ambush them, or should we wait for them to come to us and set up traps, or should we just make this all-out battle on a battlefield?
Do they know how many of us there are?
I'm assuming. Probably the chickadee told them. Look at Vesta. Goddamn chickadee.
Goddamn
I don't
chickadee.
trust it.
I don't trust it at all.
I don't want to walk in there as if there's a way to lure them out.
Well, that would be easy.
Yeah, we can just throw the body of Boru out.
Like into there, and then they'll come out.
Well, lure them out in a non-threatening way and ambush them.
Make a noise.
Who can make a good chickadee sound?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think we could just go up there and, like, make some noise. And they'll come out.
I got an idea. I think I can get them out.
What's your idea?
I'm gonna go down there, and I'm gonna say, hey, Creep, heard there were some Lifedrinkers out there. Are you sure you don't want extra backup? Then he's gonna come out, and he's gonna talk to us. And he's gonna be like, no, that's okay. Then we can grab him and kill him.
I don't particularly think this plan will work.
No?
No.
Already knows that we know.
Does he?
Yes, we followed him here.
Or did we follow him here because we were worried about his safety?
Why would we be worried about
Then
safety?
how would we follow him there? Like we're going through such an extreme measure of tracking him just to be worried about his safety, other than just going up to him in the morning being like, yo, worried about your safety, we're gonna come with.
He hired us. Okay, look. What's your idea? Just storm into the barn?
Sounds good.
I mean, it's a far better idea than, hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? And he comes out, and then we storm him when he's an individual man.
He'll kill you. Instantaneously.
Just instantaneously.
Instantaneously.
I turned to blue. Do they kill people instantaneously?
No, it takes time.
See, it takes time.
I think it's a lot easier for us to sneak up and ambush
I
unexpected.
think we should answer.
But
So your plan is to sneak up and just wait for them to come out?
no, to go in.
Sneak
Kill them.
in and ambush them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued to see how this plays out. Let's do it.
It's a barn. It's not that big. It's not like we're kicking down the door to a castle.
Okay. Well, I'm delighted to see how you're planning to ambush them by sneaking up in a fully lit barn.
They just won't expect us there. Like,
Well, they do. Like,
Okay.
because they know we're here.
yeah, they
Like,
know we're here, but they're
100%, and they're expecting to have to fight us.
they're not expecting an attack from us, though.
They are.
No.
But the thing is, they're also, like, they're expecting an attack from us, and so, like, if we go up there and try to ambush them, like they're expecting that too.
That's why I think. Listen. This man, he's been playing me like a fiddle this whole time.
He still is.
No, he's not. I'm going to kill him. But if I come out and I say, hey, you still have me tricked, he's going to go, I still have this poor bastard tricked. And then he'll come out and lower his guard. And then we kill him.
Or you lure him outside, and then we go in the other way.
That's just combining two. That's not. What?
I'm just going with the plan that gets you injured.
Of course.
There's no way for you to go up to him and start talking to him and make him think, yes, this guy is on my side. You came with us. He's
Elbjorn,
he's not a dumb guy.
Be a voice of reason and decide, basically. Be a voice of reason and give your opinions on our approach.
Well, I think we get as close as possible, get ourselves gathered, and what we do is we kick down the door to talk. Make it clear that we have a lot of people, ask them some hard questions, because after all, what are we looking to do here? We're looking to do nothing but chop off some heads. So, if we have nothing to ask about, then why not even ask? Just run up, kick down the door, faster than they can react, chop off some heads. That's what I think.
Okay.
I'm just pointed at Elbjorn like, thank you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay.
We'll pick up right along the way.
Okay, you guys begin your approach, and I begin some drawing.
Now, Leland, I know it's difficult for you to get low, but you're gonna have to try.
This is precisely why I didn't want to go with the
Get out the way.
sneaky approach.
This is exactly why I wanted to go with the sneaky approach. You try to steal my chain.
Technically, you don't know about that.
Yeah, you don't know.
I know.
Oh my god, 17.
If I did know, I would send you to fight the Lifedrinkers by yourself. I don't even know.
A one.
Oh, one. Nice.
Oh, God.
This is a weird dice.
24 sides, baby.
Why? When does this come up?
If I have 4 dots in something.
I mean, the math doesn't work out, but okay. The statistical average does not work out in that case.
I'll put it this way. You lose out on 2. Like, your average is lowered by 2. But you have a chance of rolling a 24.
I also have a chance of rolling a 24 of these.
Not a high one. Have you ever done the calculations?
I'll stick with my 4 dice.
1 in 6 with the power of 4? That's like a lot.
Like what?
Like a lot.
Like
36 times 36. 9,000, I think.
I'll take those odds. Having a weird dice like that looks like a box that's just overpacked.
Yeah.
This is just an overpacked box.
See, it's like 1 out of 9,000 versus 1 out of 24.
Yeah.
See, I bet you I could roll 24 right now if I tried real hard.
Okay.
phew.
Okay, that's another 1.
Oh.
Are you sure it's not weighted to be a 1? Are
I've
you sure
tested
it's
it.
not weighted to be a 1?
I've
'Cause
tested
this-
it extensively, and it's not weighted great, but it's not weighted to be a 1. Okay.
You're having a real hard time. That 1 in 24 is not working out in your favor.
I haven't rolled it 24 times yet. It's 14.
You're getting close.
I am close. 4. 1.
So you've managed to roll 3 1s and 0 24s.
Well,
I don't think you've
I'm
rolled
not a
the 20 yet.
gambling. I'm not a gambling man, but oof.
4. Man, it really loves that 4.
Really loves that 1.
15.
Loving those low numbers.
10.
You haven't gotten a 20.
He hasn't gotten above a 14.
18.
Oh, 18. Okay, there we go.
15.
All right. I think this is a provable failure.
14.
This is a provable failure. That dice is not good. It's a cursed die. It's gonna curse all of your other die.
Well, if you keep talking about it like that.
Every roll
One
you're
again.
gonna roll
This
now.
is the 4th one.
It's just gonna be all rolling ones for the rest of the night. That's all it's gonna be.
5. Come on. Okay.
Oh no, it's coming loose. Come on, be firm here, camera.
4.
There we go.
There we go.
Should we make that the
Yeah.
main camera?
Well,
Okay, enough of this tomfoolery.
Prepare
It's
yourselves and place yourselves.
I want a munch.
all right.
Soma isn't a fighter, but is a person who can do things. Elbjorn has a shield.
I'm gonna signal.
Blue
For,
says
I
that he's an
have a
elementalist.
shield.
yeah, I'm gonna signal for basically Albjorn to be the one to break down the door, and I'm gonna ready for the first person I see.
Blue is an elementalist. He'll probably stay back. Red. What's red?
Red is a halberd and buckler.
So forming a decent system.
Now, do we want to do a pincher attack and come at him around the back?
You know what? You can just gore through that door if you want.
It would be we'd be splitting us up.
But we
Okay.
would also prevent them from retreating.
It would prevent them from retreating, which is what I'm worried about.
But you'd probably be able to outrun anyone in that room. We've seen you run away.
Carrying
Oh, man.
3 dying men.
Exactly.
It was heroic.
So if anyone tries to run away, you'll outrun away
Well,
them.
you and Red could go behind back.
Yeah, I'm motioning for Red to come with me behind back. Assuming we have time to set up before we charge in and initiate combat.
So you guys get to the front door and you turn and start whispering to each other, and the moment you start whispering, you hear, "We can hear you."
Oh, okay. So you don't have enough time to go back, is what you're saying?
Well, this happens before you would choose to do so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're like...
We know you've been following us. And we know you don't necessarily have the best of intent. We know you've taken one of our friends when he ventured outside to investigate a noise, and we're not going to come outside of our own volition sometime soon. So what exactly is your intention?
Listen, we're worried about you, man. There's Lifedrinkers out there. You hired us to keep you safe, and by God, we're gonna do that.
What the fuck is a life drinker?
I motion for Elbjorn to just break down the door.
The door is kicked.
A sequence of events unfolds. Right as the door is kicked, it seems like these guys were ready. There is a burst of force that blows open these back doors, while Laszlo is the one who hurls the table towards the door itself. Luckily, Elbjorn's able to knock some of that stuff aside, but not before these guys make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm grabbing you, I'm putting you on my back, and I am sprinting full tilt.
Do you accept?
I accept.
Welcome to how riding works. Go for it.
Alright, what's my movement?
Your movement action is consumed by staying on until you use it to get off, in which case it's half or 3, whatever is lower.
Okay, that would probably be half, because I think my move is 7.
10.
So yeah, it would be 3.
And then I'm gonna take an off turn to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost there.
You can
and
hop
it would
off,
be,
can't you?
yeah, it would be half my movement to hop off.
Yeah.
But I would still have.
What's left?
Yeah. Okay. So I would still have 3 movement left, so I could grab one. So I'm gonna slither off the front of you and go full 1, 2, and 3. How is that on the? That is off screen. Perfect.
Once you do that on your approach, this guy here, Kree, he sees you run and he hurls a bolt of force at you. It doesn't hurt much though.
There we go.
Okay, he hurls a bolt of force at you.
Alright.
It doesn't deal any damage, but it hurls you back 1, 2, 3.
I still have 1 movement.
He
so I'm
goes
gonna try.
off. Sorry, those are off turns. At this point, clearly they are moving as fast as they can. The last thing that Kree does is he points towards this location here, and tunneling worms from the ground itself grab the doors and seal them shut. Is that everybody's turns?
Well, I'm gonna, I guess.
You see this up here. This is the level above.
Okay.
This opening is a little hatch that happens to be open right now.
It's around for them to see that.
Is there any... Okay, so... I'm not gonna jump up there by myself. Actually, maybe I will. Why not? Okay, I can leap.
You can do a big leap.
Called the Great Leap.
Yeah, big bun leap.
Is there... Could I, get someone to give me a push kind of thing?
Yes. It looks like Red is willing to help you here.
Red's willing to help me? Okay. And, I can try to get up here because, I'm not very physical. but I'm gonna try my best.
To get up a floor with your leap? You can get up a floor with your leap, just like...
Okay, I do it.
Alright. You leap up.
Leap.
Okay. Roll odds and evens and call it first, but tell me what you get.
I roll 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Just one for this one.
This
Just
one?
regular.
Evens.
Damn.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. You fly through, and it's dark. You can't see much that's going on up top, other than that there's a lot of debris, but not much else. You land inside.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Can I... Is there any way for me to push this door open from the inside? Or is it blocked from the inside, too?
You look and you see that the rockworms themselves, what they've actually done is they kind of like weasel their way up and hook and embed themselves in the door. It's like physically clamped to the ground shut with rock.
Okay. Yeah.
Fuck.
I take in the situation. And, I start talking.
Well, that's the end of your turn, correct? Like, that would...
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
In that case, I'm immediately gonna...
It is not your turn quite yet.
But they already moved!
On their turn, and then they're off turns.
They keep running away from me. Those assholes. They're exhausting themselves. Alright.
They move forward and get behind cover. Both of them visibly prepare lightning spells and point them at you.
I start talking.
All of your friends, one place now. Open door, get them ready.
Okay. Alright, guys. You heard the man. Go on. In one spot, please. That'd be great.
This is their fucking off turns.
Once this was their turns, that was their turn, now it's your turns again.
So they would have their off turns to be able to
Yeah.
attack. But you also have your off turn to be able to defend.
Yeah, I'm not very physical, keep in mind.
This is true, but you also do have a shield, which is more threshold than I have.
They just want you guys to all get in one spot.
Yeah, I'm also doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We can also
6,
fast forward until you guys get in one position
7.
if you want.
They want us all to get in one position.
Yeah.
Basically, come out with your hands up type of thing, but enter the barn.
I mean, okay, yeah, sure. So, do you want us to... Which door do you want us at? To gather at? You weren't very clear.
Clearly not the one we barred.
Well, I don't know. There
Walk
are
around.
2 doors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is that what we're doing?
7.
Because we just move everybody over there.
I'm entering chain in hand, but not attacking.
Alright. They're pointing fingers at Vesta. Kree turns to point his at the group. Clearly he prepares more of a lob spell, while the other one, who Red says referred to himself as Laszlo, but also was hushing the other guy when he called him Lindsay. He's pointing at you, and he goes, alright, with the group.
Okay,
They regroup here.
Wait, hold the phone. I am subtly preparing a force blast centered on Red to push us all away from each other, because I'm expecting him to lob a blast here, and as soon as I see that, I want to push us all.
Okay, so you're
readying spread
out.
out.
You're readying something.
Yeah, kind of behind my back.
All right. Now they stand pointing spells. We don't want you running too fast, so close that door, bar it. You see that, the rock worms have unbarred the door behind these guys.
Before that they, move to do that, Honestly, I'm at the point of just fuck it.
Are you gonna like sprint towards them?
I give you a look.
I
Then
immediately
I
start
fire
looking.
off the spell. I fire off the spell to send us all in as many different directions as I can.
6, 7, and I'm grabbing Kree.
Okay, he attempts to dodge.
Oh!
Oh! That's a 24 on grabbing Kree.
You got him.
And while I'm doing that, I'm also gonna whip my chain around Laszlo's hand, or Leslie's hand, for an
Lindsay?
Lindsay's hand, thank you. For an elemental attack.
Alright.
I'm gonna do, in honor of Leland, fire. So that's my normal weapon attack, plus my elemental attack from Battle Mage.
It would be one or the other, and then once per turn you can do the bonus damage that carries over from one into the other.
Okay, so I would just go for weapon, and then I would do the bonus elemental for fire on that. Alright. Oh, wait. So that's 15 for the weapon attack, and sheesh. Does that include my magical? No, I'm just assuming that's not.
Does not include it.
Yeah, so that's a 12.
Nice.
So a 15 and a 12
Yep.
added together for, that'd be 27.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
And also at the same time, I don't know what a force blast, how far back would push everybody. But
It depends on the roll.
okay, I'll roll for it. Shablam. Ooh, not as chonky, but still pretty good.
That was a solid roll.
12, 15, 16, 17 plus 4, 21. For pushing everybody out of spell range, like out of the blast zone.
Okay, so that's
Like the-
5.
Ooh.
Like the Fable 1 force push, just boom.
Exactly. Like, so I guess everyone moves 5 squares?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He clatters into these ones. Selma is hurled from the building. Brace, dodge, dodge. Blue looks at you. What the fuck are you doing? Warn us! At this point, this guy backs off.
That would be Vesta, right? So it's Vesta's choice to dodge, wouldn't it be?
Are you choosing?
Yeah, sure.
Oof. Well, I'm
You can also not.
I'm moving myself too. Like,
Leland's just boom flies back.
Odds or evens?
evens. And it's gonna be an even. I have a good feeling.
Evens.
Told ya.
You are kicked up most of the way to the stairs. Up, you're kicked most of the way up the stairs, and you noticed something you weren't expecting. Quietly and obediently sitting in wait are 2 separate merc units.
Oh shit.
You hear this guy scream, "Fuck it, just do it!" He backs off and he hurls this shut. The bar itself clatters down. It's just a wooden bar on a barn door. So this one doesn't have the whole blah blah blah. And that one's just like, use an action, lift the bar. He moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and he dashes. You see him like stone cold just running for a cliff.
Wow.
No honor amongst thieves.
Now, let's see. So I can... So I'm up the stairs, so I'd have to go around this way, eh?
Mhm. You then see that once you're spotted and they see the guy run, they just nod and they charge down the stairs for the most part. These guys jump stomp, stomp, and form. Jump. That should have been one over.
Oh boy.
Stomp, stomp, and form. Back to you guys.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at you to like grab Kree.
Oh, he's grabbed.
Like don't let go of Kree.
He is super grabbed.
I'm going to run around this way. Can a movement go like this?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And this would be my off turn, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
Their turns are complete, so it is your turn order again.
Okay.
I'm going to do the double at once again, where I'm going to chain attack one of the mercenaries, and also, while I'm holding Kree, Battle Mage just kind of poison through him.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is elemental roll and a weapon roll. How was it on camera? It's actually pretty good on camera. Okay. Oh, no, it was a 4. My bad. So that is 15, 13. That's 17 on the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was on like M4, like Mercenary 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
How much on Kree then?
On Kree, it is a 15.
Right. So you're actively holding Kree and just pumping poison into him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like rushing in response, and he just looks at you with anger in his eyes, and he just grabs you by the throat. He unhinges his jaw large and wide, and he starts just inhaling from you. You feel your vision go dark, and you go lightheaded. As you guys see, he's just bodily sucking the bodily fluids from every orifice in his face and inhaling them.
That's not good.
That's very not good.
Nasty.
4. That would be 26 damage.
That's beyond my threshold. I'm still in ready though.
Like as you're pumping poison into him, there's like veins that are blackened. As he's pulling from you, the veins recurse back towards your hand.
Okay. That's not how math works. Well, that's me.
Alright, anybody else doing the thing?
Oh, I'm doing things. I'm trying to think about which things would be best. So Salus is very lightheaded.
Yeah.
How much? So charge does a knockback with a weapon attack? Or gore? Gore is weapon or is it brawn?
So while you're planning, Blue and Elbjorn are taking their actions,
Okay.
as well as Red. Red runs around Vesta to stay in formation with her, and he's going to attack. Blue stays in position preparing a spell and points at Elbjorn to flank. And then he throws an AoE in there. Throws off a burst that seems to hurt them, but it doesn't do too much to check their advance.
Do I know what the burst was of?
You saw pain. There's sort of like a faint pinkish crackling that goes along with it.
Okay.
Okay. So this guy's got his mouth just gaping wide open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, huge. I'm gonna take a run at this boy,
Mm-hmm.
and using a force melee attack, try and push him into his mouth.
Do it.
So that's 1, 2,
Can I assist on that?
3,
4.
Grapples!
Yeah, like, I guess I could run right in there. 5, 6.
That would be my grace to move him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
9, 10. So I'm kind of moving around
Wow.
over here.
That was even better than the last one.
And
Oh my goodness.
this is my roll for. I'm kind of doing a spin around and I go 2 legs rear kick right in his face, but it's like force magic.
That's
like
that's a 25 to assist on him.
I like it.
that's.
Wow.
Let's see, that's 5, 10,
You're
17.
making up for that really bad roll earlier.
I know.
All right, so 17 against S1 or M.
M2, it looks like? Yeah, it's M2.
And you said how much?
17 to push him into the guy's mouth.
Yeah, you hurl him right into him. As this happens, you rolled how much for the reversal thing?
Like,
5.
To assist.
oh, to assist, it was the 25.
All right. So right as this happens, you knock him, and you spin, and they whack into each other, clattering against the edge there. They, you see both of them sort of like fall to the ground and get unharmed. It breaks the spell and breaks your grip.
That's fine by me.
Anybody else's turns?
Yeah, I'd like to off turn to throw a knife at him or at the K guy.
Go for it.
And I am also gonna off turn to chain wrap Kree again.
11. That's a 15.
I'm gonna have to learn to do an AoE,
All right.
just like here.
Roll that damage. Keep in mind, all of you guys are taking 10 stamina for the onslaughts.
Yeah.
I'm now in tired at 99.
Oof. 8.
14,
All right.
no, 16. For the to wrap Kree again.
He's got it. You've grappled Kree.
I can long distance grapple thanks to my chain.
God.
You pull him adjacent to you 1 square. And did I miss any damage? There was the AoE in the center.
Yeah.
I never did like.
Hello, Kathleen. She's watching.
Okay. Hello. I never did elemental, but it doesn't really matter.
All right.
I did a lot of other stuff.
There's a whistle, and these guys form up. They're pointing towards you since you seem to be the biggest threat.
Biggest and literal.
Yeah, I mean, I am a goat centaur man.
Luckily, you're in a unit with Elbjorn, so there's that.
These guys move to attack and flank. However, as these guys are moving to attack, Elbjorn, staying in unit, goes off turn, and he looks at you and he goes, throw him at me.
So you.
And we'll resolve that when you have actions.
Yeah.
So these guys rush in as a shield wall, and they just like force against you guys as these guys with two-handed weapons attack you. They're bearing down on you hard, though.
Fuck.
You're gonna do these one by one.
Okay.
Gotta love that threshold.
And the threshold of a chainmail is 5?
Is it partial chain and plate, full?
Full chain.
So then that's gonna be 7.
7. Okay.
Plus your unit with Elbjorn.
Which is.
You have 2 physical people, so you can't form one.
I thought, but he has a shield. Elbjorn has a shield.
Right. So yeah, then you guys count as 3, so it works.
Okay, that's plus 10?
No, plus 3.
Plus 3.
Oh, he said 3. Okay, it used to be plus 10 back when we were rolling insane amounts. Okay.
When the dice were very,
So-
very high.
Yeah.
First attack is a 10.
Yeah, I have a 10.
Alright, so then it doesn't get through. The next one is a 9.
Yeah. Elborn really doing his stuff here. Fuck.
One after that is an 11.
Yeah, that gets through.
That's the third attack I made, right?
Yeah.
Alright, the next one is a 7, it doesn't pass. Or, sorry, an 8, it doesn't pass. Followed by another 8 that doesn't pass through.
Oh man, we're just kind of tanking these here.
Yeah.
You are flanked by 2.
Okay.
The first one is
fuck.
for...
You also form a unit because of your shield Vesta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you also have plus 3.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 4, Red has Buckler.
Oh, There you go.
+4. Okay, +4 to.
Defend against a 11 to hit.
Okay, so I add my thresholds, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a chain and a kite, so it's 6 + 2 is 8, so +4 is 12.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the first hit would have been an 11, so that wouldn't hit.
Okay.
The next one is...
Which is why I was like, it's fine if Vesta gets hit, because I'm wearing Gambison. I have
21.
4 threshold.
21? Yeah, that hits.
Alright, back to your turns. While grappling with you, Kree just, like, goes and tries to throat punch you. He's not good at it.
Okay.
For 14 damage.
That he hits me in the throat. Throat has been punched.
Man. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Don't you hate it when you get punched in the throat?
Yeah.
Man.
You're just sitting there having a day, and then you're like...
Happens all the time.
Alright, so Argos? Argos?
Yep.
Toss and Kree.
Alright. Make a brawn roll for the throw.
That would be an 8.
8. That's enough to throw him 2 squares into Kree. Or into Elbjorn. Elbjorn uses his death stroke and decapitates him.
Oh!
Oh!
God!
Elborn!
The badass.
Holy fuck!
The one time he can do that in an entire adventure.
And then I'm going to use my chain to go for M3.
Alright, is that... Yep, you can hit.
Yep. So that's an onslaught for me, so...
Can I yell at Blue to unbar the door for S?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I yell at Blue.
That's a 22 for chain grappling M3, and I'll also put a little fire on that for 11.
He unbolts the door, doesn't see Selma, and goes back inside.
Okay.
Okay, I'm like...
L is off the map, and you guys have lost sight.
So I have 3 people with shields pressing against me, and 2 people with swords kind of also against me, and I'm like kind of doing one of these, like trying to keep them all off me.
Elbjorn sees you and knows you're a mage. He just looks at you and goes, boom.
And before I say boom, I'm saying, hey, your leader's got decapitated. You still want to do this?
They go, we got paid!
Okay, and I do it.
Alright, before you do that, he uses his turn movement. He can tell you're doing it. So he's not in AoE.
Okay, I'm just kind of going boof with as much force magic as I can muster.
Okay, that should hit all of them.
Yeah, so for M3, it was the same grapple I did against
come
Kree.
on.
22 main damage with 11 elemental fire for 33.
So both of them got 33? Or just the one?
Just M3, because I can only hit M3. Kree's already...
21.
21.
In like a cone.
He's gone.
Okay, let me just look. Are you repulsing them or hurting them?
I'm hurting them.
Okay. This guy is hurled back and skitters against the far wall. These ones just take the hit and then try to reorganize into something useful. This guy stands and moves to regain.
I'm also using my turn movement to move back just a touch.
Yep.
Ugh.
That means it's any other final turn movement?
Yeah.
Would I have pulled M3 closer to me for the chain grapple? Like I did with Kree?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Just want to make sure on that one.
yoink.
I want to turn to this guy. Hello, guy. And I want to do an attack
Alright, with magic weapon.
with fire.
Alright, you're hurling a bolt of fire at M3 or at S2?
S3.
S3.
Alright.
7 + 2, 9.
9, alright. You hurl a bolt and managed to knock this guy back a little bit. He's still kicking, though. S2.
Yeah, also, I would like to do an onslaught.
Mm-hmm.
Bolster. How does that work?
Well, good thing I have this old googly doo with me here.
Zoobity-bop-a-dee-bay.
Right, so in a 7x7 area centered on you, so it would be 3 out in both directions, and with a 10 plus bonus, roll Social Understand and divide that amongst allies in the area, only if they're hurt or tired.
Okay, so S and Red are in it. Are either
Alright.
of them hurt or tired?
No.
I am. I'm S. I am tired.
There's a
You're
di-
S.
Well, you're a green S, and then there's yellow S.
Yeah.
Oh,
true,
yeah.
True. Thanks. Okay. So, yeah. So I can roll for you then. So I'm rolling Social Understand, which was a 7 plus 4, which is an 11, and then I'm dividing that by what?
And you add plus 10, so 21,
21.
and divide it as you choose.
Ah.
So you could just 21.
I'll go to you.
Cool.
I'm like, you go, Salus.
You get your head back in the game.
Look at all the cool stuffs you're doing.
You're way better than Leland.
You go.
This happens as arrows are being loosed from hidden positions.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Must be those guys up there.
Don't mind me, just under here on the table doing some damage.
Under the table doing damage so no one sees. It's fun.
Man, wish Bill Clinton had that line at his disposal.
Oh, he did some damage.
So you have 38 coming at you with a sniper shot.
Well, move the guy in way.
Oh, yeah. So that's opposed delicate.
Opposed delicate? I thought it was grace to move him in way. Oh, he opposes with delicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the worst, but I don't
the
think it's a 38.
Well, I don't have to beat a 38. I have to beat his delicate.
Oh.
So that's 15 plus an extra 3 with grapple, so that's 18.
All right. You quickly whirl around and down he goes.
Ooh. That was a close one.
Just blood spatter on my face like, okay.
There's a splash of red as an arrow grazes Blue's ear.
Oh no.
He onslaughts an AoE in here, picking off all but these ones. There's a whistle, and they start to evacuate. Jump. And metrically. They're starting to pull out for their escape.
Oh no, poor Blue.
Blue can move still, I think.
It's your turns, and Blue knows what to do after following your example. He casts a cone.
Can I... So if he's casting a cone this way, can I coordinate with him and cast a cone this way to, like, ping pong him?
Yeah, it'll go... It's sequential, so he has to go first.
Right, of course.
So... Throws them out like so, and it's your go.
Okay, Actually... Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and do, like, a swoof towards this wall. If that's even a thing I can do.
Say that again?
Like
A
a
swoof.
Like a swoof.
Use the game mechanics to do this, and we're good. Like,
Like
how
a-
many ranks do you have?
I have 4.
Okay, so you can do freeform.
Yeah, so I'll freeform this way?
Yep, so the way that works is you highlight, you have to be on a border, so you would
Okay.
go like, and you do -2 consecutively starting with -2. So you'd be rolling -2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, that kind of thing.
Okay. So that'll be -2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Man, that's not a whole lot. I'm just gonna pull an arrow out of the dead guy over here and hit that guy with it. Honestly, that's more damage. That's a lot more damage. That's 10, 14, 17, 20. 24.
24.
Pulling an arrow out of M3, who's dead, and fuck.
It whizzes into his throat and down he goes.
I say, listen, I asked if you wanted to do this, and you said you wanted to.
So once he has whipped an arrow, after refusing to swoop, I'm going to move towards S2, and I want to grab S2 and chain S3. Is that, like, doable?
Yep, it would just be an onslaught for the chain attack. Or are you trying to double grapple? It's just one grapple opponent at a time.
Oh, it's one grapple opponent? That makes sense. That's valid. In that case, I will do the Battle Mage, cast at S3, and grab S2 with chain.
Alright. Red moves here, attacking this one and pushing him with his halberd over the boxes. Elbjorn moves in with a jab. He's down.
Okay, so I don't even need to cast at him.
Or you can cast at somebody else.
I guess I can cast at
A1 or A2? Well, there's
yeah, I guess
supposed to be A's.
I assumed they were upside down and said V's.
I thought you said V, and I thought you were talking about me. I'm
Yeah.
like, attack
Yeah.
me?
No, because like literally this entire time I've been reading M's upside down, so I look at the A and I'm just like, that's a V.
It's upside down.
Yeah, so I guess I'll fire dart at A2. I said it again while I grab S2 with my chain. So that's 10 and 22 plus 26 plus another 3 is 29 for hitting him with my chain. And that's going to be...
Against S2?
Against S2, yeah.
For the grapple or the hit?
I guess I'd be hitting him with the chain, wouldn't I?
Yeah, just a whap.
Yeah.
That's enough to do it, after all the AV they've taken.
So that's 6, so that's 9.
No, it's just the archers.
I'm gonna say
12 for A2.
Alright, A2 takes it.
Bam. Nice little fire dart.
Anything else on your turns?
yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, you can tell us everything that you know about those guys, and we'll stop hitting you. How's that sound?
They rush, successfully grapple, throw, and start running.
Can I try to interrupt that with an off turn?
At what point?
Just before they get through the door. I want to slam the door shut.
Okay. Roll force.
Just moving towards you there.
It's 10, 24.
24. Alright.
I guess that's an onslaught.
Rolls dice on floor.
Who does that nowadays?
Slam. They grasp at it and desperately try to move the bar out of the way, but you're just going whoom, whoom, whoom on the bar.
Darth
That means
Vader
it's back to your
choke the
turns.
wall.
Yes. Okay, I do a convince.
Alright, go for it. What are you saying?
Tell us everything you know about those guys. That wasn't a very good roll, but it's fine.
It might just be enough.
8, 14.
Okay, fine. Okay, just don't hurt us. We're gonna get out of here right, alright? Is that the deal? Is that the deal that we're getting out of here safe?
That's the deal.
Alright. These guys, it was Boru, Laszlo, and Kree. They hired us because they said they were being followed by bandits and that they were going to counter ambush them. They said that they were mages, so they would be helpful in the fight. They described you guys for people approaching. They told us to just wait until they lured you all in and started running to ambush you guys. That's all I got. I don't know what the fuck that drinky shit was.
Is there a box in this warehouse? Like a barn? Like
There's lots of boxes.
There are
Like-
actually a whole bunch of like boxes and barrels everywhere.
I'm gonna choose like a head-shaped barrel and just kind of open it, chuck Kree's head in, and then toss to Leland again.
Yep, you've got a cask with a head in it.
Nice.
Do your thing.
I'm sealing it up.
I believe them. They're like probably just mercenaries.
Yep.
Is there any blood of the guy that sprinted off? On the
No.
floor.
We didn't hurt him.
We didn't hurt him, no.
I did. I hit him with a fire chain.
Okay.
But did
check-
it leave blood? I'm looking for blood.
Yeah.
There's blood everywhere.
That's the difficulty. Can I roll a doctor check to try and determine which blood came from who?
There's just way too much on the chain, but on the barn door, there's a small spatter. There, you could probably like carve off a chunk with a blotch on it, but it wouldn't be enough for blood magic. It would just be enough for affinity because there's blood in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right, you gouge out a chunk of the barn door with a bit of blood on it.
Okay. Well,
All right, can we go? What's the
Yeah,
terms?
let them go. They're
yeah.
mercenaries.
You may want to grab some of your the ones that are unconscious. I mean,
They're dead.
I didn't leave any alive if I attacked them.
Just open the door.
fine.
Especially not the guy that took
Door's
a
open.
33 sniper
All right,
shot.
they just bolt. They're out.
Sorry about that big blast earlier. I thought they were gonna shoot a big fireball at us, and I could get us all kind of dispersed from it.
No, it's a fine plan. Just like let us know in advance.
Well, I didn't want to say what I'm about to move us. You know, never mind. It's fine.
We'll make it work next time.
I made it work.
You made it work. Okay. Now when we get back to camp. Oh.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Good work.
I mean, yeah.
Man, only 211 more to go. Am I right?
Well, they'll want to know. That's 2 down. We will be able to bring this to Hammerhold, bring it to the bank, put it in a sealed vault.
Cool.
Now, is
Both
there
of
any
them.
risk of them trying to break each other out of Hammerhold? Can they be
Absolutely.
trusted?
Well, it would be like anybody else breaking into the most secure bank on this continent.
Okay. Let's bring it to Hammerhold. Put it in the vault.
Fair. Okay. But before we go, I want to make that knife. I want you to help me alchemy their blood. See if we can extract just the curse
Can we
and
do that on the
attune
road?
a blade to the curse.
How long would that take?
That would take some time.
That would
But-
take some time, but
For now, you guys finish up your business and start hoofing it back to Hammerhold. It'll be night, but with some rest, you guys will get there by morning time when the doors open again. There's a note sent off to a rookery to make sure that the other teams have their notes updated, as Boru and this so-called Kree are taken care of. One piece of information that you find from Selma is that this Kree, they have determined, was the Duke of Redwine Keep, probably 30 or so years ago.
Other asshole.
This Boru is a war profiteer, and while you guys were fighting, Selma watched Laszlo. He ran off, and he was with 2 other people on horseback. Someone with, like, an elf-born, well-dressed with, like, soft brown hair, and a dwarf-born wearing all plate.
were either of them portly with a monocle?
Unfortunately not.
Damn.
Wait, portly with a monocle like the...
Like the Dream Boy.
Tell me that again?
I went into his dreams and there was a dwarf with a monocle and he was fat.
The dwarf-born with a monocle isn't there, but there was... I think you're thinking of a human who was fat with a mustache.
Yes.
And a elf-born woman. Both of them are there. The fat human was this Laszlo guy.
the Laszlo
Or Lindsley dude.
Okay.
Whatever his name is.
Okay. I do, well, just before we wrap things up, I guess, I do want to spend some time in Hammerhold building a knife that will detect them if they're near.
Alright, well we can
and
do...
track them potentially. Like,
We'll do preparations, like, on our own game Discord, private one, sorry, while like in between this session and next, so I can get those preparations done. Make sure I know what you guys are going to do for next session. As for now, we'll leave you on that little bit of information.
All right. So as far as follows go for the stream, thank you very much, Cuckmaster Cat, for the follow.
Great name.
Great name.
Love it.
10 out of 10.
Masterful.
Yeah.
Wait. There's no way.
What?
Is that you? Okay, never mind. I think I know that person. I might not. Cuckmaster Cat. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. A long time.
Okay. Well, maybe
Well.
it is someone you know.
In any case, we're going to pick this up next time. Same bat time, same bat channel, here at 7 p.m. next Wednesday. We're going to be finding out what happens next. Maybe going for some travel, maybe going on the road. We'll see where it takes us. If you guys want,
Decapitating more people?
Hmm?
Decapitating more people?
maybe. We are here twitch.tv/Mr. Croden, or YouTube if you're watching this there in the future. You can find us via, there's a Discord that's
Yep.
gonna...
There is a Discord linked at the bottom of both the YouTube description as well as below the channel and Twitch. It'll take you right to it, and I think everyone but Gabe is in there.
In where?
My own Discord, not the other one, but it's
Oh.
fine because
There's a
it's,
bonus Discord.
yeah, it's
It's an extra Discord.
yeah.
Chelsea's in it?
And on that massive cliffhanger of the extra Discord, we'll call that. Have a good night, guys.